Hello everyone. Everyone? That's not a word. Everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everybody. Welcome to this stream on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. I'm Johnny Chiodini, that is me. Sorry I started the stream a little late. Well, a minute late. I hit the go live button and then realised I needed the toilet. So, bit of fun, innit? This is the last painting stream of the year. Not the last stream of the year. There's going to be one more. It's going to be a stream on Thursday where we'll have ourselves a little festive party. And then we'll close out for the year. So I'll stop streaming until early January. Although there will still be episodes of Press Any Chiodini going up. So the channel's not closing down. I'm just going to be scheduling a bunch of stuff and then taking some rest. Will is in chat and says, take a nice sippy sip of some Null Oil, everyone. Yum, 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 yum. Who doesn't love a nice sippy sip of Null Oil? Right, we should probably get on with some painting, hey. Today, we're going to be painting, well, to be honest with you, you'll all be familiar with this lot by now. It's the Imperial Knobs, my Blood Bowl team for next season. I am slowly painting them up. I've got, how many done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I only need to do 3 more to get my starting lineup done, but I actually have, I've got 6 models to paint today. As you can see, I've already made a start on them, which will bring me up to a full, well, not a full, but a roster of 14, which should be enough to see me through the season. We'll see. But yeah, so I've basically with this lot, I've done a metal base coat on the armor, which I'm then going to put some black contrast paint over. I've already started on their little trousers and the leather detailing. Obviously, there's some other details like this hat, which I kit bashed out of a shield, and a pigtail from an Imperial lineswoman. This little eagle here. There's lots of little bits to do, but generally speaking, I'm just blocking in the base colours at the minute, and I figured I'd do that on stream, so we can all have a nice time hanging out, basically. How is everybody? How are we all doing? I hope we're all okay. It's nice to be streaming. It's been a while. It's been a hectic. Well, last week I didn't stream. I streamed the week before, I think. What is time? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. It's been a long year. I'm quite tired, basically. But yeah, CookieCat94 says, it's been a December. It certainly has. But I hope you're all doing well. Manish Anand has done a super sticker. The super sticker is of a Shiba Inu with his little front paws up going, there, and the text says, how's it going? It's going all right. Danilla Dragon says, to be honest, I'm not mad at 2023 being over soon. Neither am I. I won't lie to you, it's been a long and very, very hard year. But I'm starting to get into the festive spirit. Which is nice. It's gonna be nice to just take a little break over the festive period. That's not the right paint. Didn't even know I had Shyish Purple. That's fun. There it is. There's Blamplar. Great. Oofed. CookieCat94 says, fine, other than 3 kidney stones and humid as fuck weather. Good lord. Yeah. Ebral506 says, got any gun festive plans, Johnny? Fun, not gun. It's going to be... I've got some friends coming over for Christmas for the first time. I've got a few friends who are basically stranded in London and won't have anyone to spend Christmas with. So my partner and I said, come to us. So we're doing sort of a Christmates where I'll be cooking for 5 of us all told, which is the largest number I've ever cooked for on Christmas Day. But I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's it really. That's the whole plan. Will says Shyish Purple is a colour. As a colour, Shyish Purple is a colour. It's easy to overlook because it's kind of reclusive. I get ya. It reminds me of back when I was at Eurogamer. More than once, I covered the Call of Duty World Championships in LA, which was a weird experience, let me tell you. But there was a professional Call of Duty player whose username or gamer tag or whatever you want to call it was Gunshy, which I thought was very funny for a professional Call of Duty player. But apparently everyone pronounced it Gunshy. Apparently his name was just Gunshy. And it was like, oh, okay. Your name's Gunshy, is it? Alright, fine. Gunshy, that's a funny... Anyway. The championships concluded, and then Snoop Dogg came out and did a rapping concert, which was unexpected but fun. Came out smoking a marijuana cigarette, and everyone was very excited. Oh, Lucy's in chat. Hello! How you doing? Carl Moulton says maybe it's because it sounded like Banshee. Gunshee? Banshee? That's a bit... feels like a bit of a stretch to me, Carl, but... who am I to tell you no? Oh, dear. Painting nice. Will says, but that would be Gunshy, surely. Yeah. It was written Gunshy. Anyway. S-H-Y. Shy of gun. Well, glad to see we've gone off on a weird tangent immediately. Channel working as intended. What's everyone else's plans for the holidays? I hope everyone's going to get a nice little break. Ooh, Mark Coleman says, oh, I played some 40k at the weekend, and your former Blade Guard absolutely massacred some Votan. Bloody hell. Can I turn myself up a bit? Yeah. I don't know why the... I've put the mic closer to my face. I don't know why... Advanced audio properties. I don't know why, but a while ago, my hopefully that's a bit better. A while ago, my OBS just decided to make everything quite quiet. Apparently, it was very, very quiet. I do not understand why, but hey ho. Oh no! Oh, very sleepy. I'm not gonna lie, I had a nap right before this stream because I needed one. It was my brother-in-law's wedding yesterday, which was very nice, but it was quite a long and intense day, and I'm just knackered in general. So I've got a coffee on the go right now, but forgive me if I yawn a few times during this stream. Shout out to anyone who's going to join the Skelly Pal Nap Club during the stream, whether they mean to or not. Corio Malayam has done a super chat saying, happy to have one of your chill streams in this stressful time, both due to the season and personal matters. I won't be sad to see the end of 2023. It feels like everyone I know has been having a hard time lately, which is grim. But, yeah, hopefully things will look up soon. Ultimate Funk says, had a lovely day painting character and overlords yesterday. Was a delight. I like those fiddly little bastards. I haven't painted any in a long time, but they are fun. Oh, that's not true, actually. I painted up the Code Right, the model they released this year, but I painted it as a Blood Bowl referee, so I don't know if that really counts. I wrote elf bullshit on one of the books. The book specifically that model is pointing at, because I thought it was funny for a referee. Anyway. Dactari says, new idea, Johnny nap stream for 4 hours. There are people out there who do stream themselves napping. I don't know if I'm really the type of streamer you want to watch napping. So I probably look really weird when I'm asleep. And I snore. So I don't think it would be and I have a lot of nightmares. So I don't think it would be the relaxing stream perhaps people are imagining right now. They sound very creepy. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think a lot of them are. Um, I saw it was one creator. I can't remember who it was. Even if I could, I don't think I'd known them. Who I think basically was streaming themselves napping because they have a lot of simps, and I think they were just kind of literally getting paid to sleep because of the simps. The Emmy Adventures says, "Bring back calm stuff." I've been meaning to. I'm sorry, I haven't done an episode in bloody ages, have I? Sorry about that. I really will. I will do one soon, I promise you. It won't be me napping, but... Oh, Mr. Team Corvette. Hello. Mr. Team Corvette's done a super chat saying, "Woo, happy holiday greetings. Here's to a wonderful, restful season packed with exceptional goodness. You deserve a truly fantastic break." Thank you. That is really very, very kind. I plan to just go to sleep. I'm going to hibernate for a bit. That's not entirely true. I finish next Thursday with a stream, and on Friday I'm having my staff Christmas party, which means I'm going out for lunch by myself. So that'll be nice. Might take myself mini golfing or something. No, I'll probably do my Christmas shopping because I haven't even started yet, which is well, to steal a phrase, that is just so typically me. Oh baby, baby. So, you know. April506 says, "Does Watson snore?" Yeah, sometimes. So, the thing about staffies is that they got these big heavy heads, which are delightful. Sometimes Watson will hook her head onto my shin, so like she sleeps with her chin on my leg, which is wonderful, and the pressure is really nice. It sends me off to sleep. But it also means that sometimes she's like constricting her own windpipe, which means she snores a lot. But other than that, no, she's not that much of a snory dog. It's only when she's leaning on stuff. Although when she's having a dream, she sort of does weird breathing that sounds like snoring. It's very nice. Dactari says, "Talking about chill stuff, Johnny, have you finished Chants of Senna? I'm about 3/4 of the way through. It's really nice and not stressful." No, I tried to go back to it on stream, and I got that thing where you open a video game and go, "What am I doing? Fuck this." So I opened it, was confused, and closed it again immediately, and I've not gone back to it since. So I should do, really. Maybe over the break. I always say this. I always say to myself, "Oh, here's my game for the break. I'm going to play this over the course of the break." Never do. I had a whole plan once to sit down and play Life is Strange Before the Storm with my partner because we played the first one together and loved it. And I vowed to myself that we'd do it for 3 years running now. I just don't think we're going to. Naka the kitty says, "Both my cats snore, but they're old and a bit chunky." One of our cats doesn't really snore, but one of her nostrils is slightly constricted, we think. She's had it since she was a kitten, so we think it's just a birth defect. But basically, like, it whistles. So when she sniffs, when she's really smelling something, she's just there going, "Pwee, pwee, pwee," like, "Foot, foot, foot, foot." Sometimes it whistles while she's snoring. While she's sleeping, rather. It's really nice. Because I don't always know where she is, and then you can just hear "pwee," like from under the bed or something. Oh, actually, Luna snores sometimes, because she's getting old now. She's like 13. Her snores sound like her going, "Ooh, ooh." It's hilarious. It's really good. Alex Simpkin has done a super chat saying, "Happy holidays, Johnny. The stream is exactly what I need, as I'm currently self-isolating as I caught COVID." Bugger. That sounds rubbish. Take care of yourself. Like, rest as much as you possibly can. If it's the same variant I caught recently, it's not really playing around. And doing anything made me feel absolutely dreadful. So rest really is key. So please do take care of yourself. But please also just feel better soon. I hope it is going easy on you. But I hope you recover nice and swiftly. There we go. Some slashed trousers starting to come together. Now only 5 more pairs of those to paint. Mike Mikalska has done a super chat, but there's no message attached. Mike, if that was a mistake, don't super chat again. Just type normally in chat and I'll read it out with all of the usual fanfare. Either way, thank you very much for the super chat. That's very generous of you. Vorulven says, yay, chill stream. Chill stream indeed. Oh, I forgot to tweet about this on famous dying social media platform Twitter. There we go. Mike's done a super chat. The super chat reads, hi Johnny, thank you for all that you do. Your spirit and heart have kept me going on multiple occasions. Thank you for being a force for good. Beat envy, do crims. Thank you. That's really, really lovely. I'm absolutely knackered at the minute. I'm running on fumes. So it's really nice to hear that the stuff I make makes a difference to people. That's very, very kind. And I'm glad to I'm glad to have been of use this year. Hopefully again next year. Happy Bob has done a super chat saying the staff Christmas party made me laugh like an idiot. Quality content like that is why I love your work. This year has been rough. You've helped a lot. You've had a rough one, Happy Bob. But I'm glad to have been of assistance, even if it's all been in what are for you the early hours of the morning. I saw it. Basically, I saw a TikTok that was like, ha ha ha, like self-employed staff Christmas party, and it's just a man at a bar drinking a pint of Guinness by himself. And I was like, ha ha. And then I went, fuck it, why not? So I'm going to go into central London. I'm going to go mooch around Warhammer. I'm going to have lunch somewhere, maybe Chinatown. I'm going to have a pint in a pub, and then I'm going to go home. But then also it's the solstice that night on the 22nd, so there's a cider place I like going to. So I'm going to go there and do a bit of wassailing, I think. So that'd be nice. Wassailing happens on... I'm going to go and say wassail and drink a cider, is what I mean. So that would be pleasant. Will says sounds better than an actual work Christmas party, to be honest. Oh, I've had some shocking ones. I've had some shocking work Christmas parties. And some very good ones, in fairness. But, yeah. Some really rubbish ones. Paint your trousers. Paint your trousers. Naka says, my dad used to have a meal with his accountant, aka my mum, as his work Christmas party. That's lovely. What a nice thing. Oh wow, Cameron says I was a +1 at my siblings' work Christmas party for a massive international corporation, and it was a wholly bizarre experience. I can only begin to imagine. That is absolutely wild. Corporate Christmas parties are curious affairs. Some of the ones when I was at CBS Interactive, working at GameSpot, CBS Interactive no longer exists as a company, but some of them were okay. Some of them were absolute howlers. So it was a mixed bag, really. The ones at Gamer Network used to be good. We used to be able to take a +1, so my partner would come down to Brighton, and it was a nice meal, some drinks, some karaoke. It was always just a nice fun time. Aoife and I used to do Rasputin by Boney M together. But then we changed to doing Bring Me to Life together. Once we felt like we'd done Rasputin enough. And if you've seen us singing on video together before, you'll know it was a virtuoso performance every single time. Tegan Evans says, I might do my own work Christmas party for myself. Sounds like fun, lol. Yeah, why not? Why shouldn't we reward ourselves, you know? Like, honestly, like, what is a work Christmas party for, if not to reward the workers in a, a festive way that isn't a financial bonus or a pay rise? You know? It's to make people feel valued. And a lot of the time I'd go to them, not necessarily for the people I was going to hang out with, but to feel like I was putting a cap on the end of the year and just admit to myself that it had been a long one and that I was tired, but I was happy to drink a beer and sort of look around me and be like, look at what we've accomplished. Why wouldn't I do that just working for myself? Granted, I normally do it after I finish for the year. I just sort of crumple into a small heap. And I don't really enjoy taking baths. I'm more of a shower person, but I generally, after I finish for the year, I'll have a bath and I'll take a beer in with me and I'll just lie in a tub going, oh, because I'm tired. Alex Simpkins says, seize the means of Christmas parties. Exactly. I agree. You don't have to make a booking. There's no minimum spend. There's no cringe-worthy games. Titan Rainer says, do you still do the log stream thing? I haven't recorded a Yule log video in a long time now. I should really update them. Well, update the one I did. Because I look a lot younger in that one. Oh, Llama Beng. What a lovely username. Llama Beng has done a super chat saying, I've managed to dodge 2 Christmas parties at work. I claimed I was sick. My cat that doesn't exist was sick. I'd rather not go boozing in Manchester. Yeah, fair enough. I have been boozing in Manchester. Well, I was boozing in Oldham. And I quite enjoyed it, but obviously, I think, from the sounds of things, you know Manchester better than I do. I hope your non-existent cat recovered swiftly. I remembered today that I laid some sloe gin in this year in order to have it ready for Christmas. So, gonna have plenty of sloe gin for Christmas, made with berries from my parents' garden, which would be nice. EA122 says, boozing in Oldham sounds like the spiritual successor to walking in Memphis. When you go boozing in Oldham. I missed the last train home to London. And I had to go to the National Express coach station, where for some reason the next coach wasn't leaving until midnight for London. I got into London Victoria at 7 in the morning. I tried to get the train at 8:30 on a Saturday, and I'd missed the last one. The last one was at 8 p.m, which took me by surprise, let me tell you. I thought, it's a Saturday. There'll probably be a later train than 8:30 in the evening. Nope. Will says, I had a witch market the day after the work Christmas party. I decided not to go. Fair enough. I mean, that's the thing. Like, also, staff Christmas parties should be optional because there's nothing worse than enforced, like, mandatory fun. Because it's not fun. You're holding people hostage and playing music. That's a different thing. They do it in Gitmo. Nixie V says, not a strike day, just weird train times. Not a strike day. Just turned up at the station. I was like, when's the next train to London, please? And he went, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I went, oh, shit. And he went, yep. So that was good. Freya says, I've got homemade damson gin in the cupboard that's been sitting there for several years. Not sure if bravery or stupidity to try it at this point. It'll still be good. It'll absolutely still be good. My parents don't drink, but for some reason in the mid-80s, I guess they were bored. They made some slow gin, and then they were clearing out the cupboards. And they were like, "We don't want this. We're going to bin it unless you take it." I was like, "Okay, fine, I'll take it." So I drank slow gin that was older than me, and it was delicious. It was absolutely incredible. So if it's just several years, Freya, your damson gin will be absolutely fine. Happy Bob says, at the supermarket I worked at, the checkout manager planned a separate Christmas event for the people she felt deserved a fun Christmas party. I miss those nights. They were great people. That's bold, and I admire it very, very much. When I first started working at Eurogamer, before we flattened the team structure, I was, for about 18 months, head of video rather than, I was senior video producer, I wasn't head of video, rather than just one of their team. So when it came to Christmas, I would get everyone a bottle of something to say thank you for putting up with me this year. Ian Higton loves rum, so I'd get him some rum. I'd get Aoife a nice whiskey. And Chris Bratt isn't that keen on spirits, so I had to get him a different gift. So the first year I got him a Doctor Who scarf in the same pattern as Tom Baker's scarf. And then the next year I got him the Complete Sharp box set on DVD. It was quite a creative endeavour to be like, all right, a peaty single malt for Aoife, a nice spiced rum for Ian, and it's good fun. Timothy Thomas has done a super chat saying, "Hey Johnny, this is the perfect stream for me and my girlfriend and her two little boys. We are having a PJ day. That sounds delightful. I hope you're all very, very cozy, and I hope you don't mind me swearing occasionally because, frankly, I can't stop." And whoa, good lord, TransGamerNerd27 has done an absolutely massive super chat. Thank you very much. That is incredibly kind. Sorry, my brain broke because I saw a big number. Thank you, that's really kind. It says, "Hi Johnny, I've been on VOD Squad for the past few months as work and life are busy and finding time for all my hobbies is hard. I feel you on that one. But I had my comp review last week and got a 10% raise, a $2,100 bonus on top. Bloody hell, amazing. Here's some to show my appreciation for fostering such a lovely community and just existing." That's really lovely. Thank you so, so much. But also, congratulations. It sounds like you've been absolutely smashing it at your job, and I'm glad that they recognise that and are giving you a decent pay rise and a bonus. It's really wonderfully kind of you to share some of that with me. I really appreciate it. But my God, yeah, you must have really earned that. So well done, and yeah, thank you for the kind words and the generosity. It is much, much appreciated. Yeah, thank you. Triton Uranus has done a super chat saying, "What kind of whiskey do they drink at the circus?" A P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum. Hang on. I feel like I've nearly got that. Hannah Axelson has just replied, all in caps, saying, "Ha ha ha," to that joke. P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum. P.T. Barnum? Is that the name of a famous circus? I feel like it is, but I'm getting confused with E.B. Farnham, who's in Deadwood. P.T. Barnum, the circus ringmaster. Thank you, Minnehaha Sybil, and also Will. That is a strong joke. I'm sorry I stepped on it by not really following it all the way. P.T. Barnum from Barnum and Bailey's, Greatest Showman. Okay, he's the lad off the Greatest Showman. Okay, thank you. Sometimes part of streaming is just admitting when there's a gap in your cultural knowledge. Because if I'd been like, ha 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 ha, that's a good one, that one, you probably would have seen through me. So there. Yeah, I had to admit it. Why do I sound all stuffy? Forgive me. Oh, this is nice though. There we go, stop the clock. 31 minutes in. Painting's nice, isn't it? I say it every single time and it always surprises me. No thoughts, just smooth little paint on tiny man trousers. It's nice. Ebral506 says, hey, every day is a school day, Johnny. Never stop learning. Yeah. Damn right. What have I been learning about recently? I've been learning a fair amount about the different animals of the Namib Desert. Oh, you didn't see that coming. As you may know, because I've mentioned it on stream before, I have been working part-time in a bar for a couple of months because, jokes aside about, my staff Christmas party of one, I've been working solo for nearly 3 years now, which is wonderful and terrifying. But it does mean that I don't really talk to many people and I don't work with anyone. And I did a couple of emergency shifts at my friend's tap room when they were short on staff, and I was like, I love this. I like how pouring pints just lights up my brain. It's completely the opposite of all the work I do normally, which is, like historically it's been like, come up with the idea, write the script, now record the voiceover, now record the gameplay, now make the edit, now export it, now make a thumbnail, now do the metadata, now social it on 3 different websites and write an article for it. It feels like the work is never ever done. Whereas in a bar, people go, I want 2 pints of this, please. And you go, here they are. And they go, oh my God, fantastic. And you go, yeah. And then they pay and leave. Well, they don't leave. They pay and they drink them. And it's great. Or sometimes they come up and they're like, oh, I don't know what beer to drink. And I'm like, what do you like? And then I can recommend one. And then they're happy. And it just lights up my brain. It's wonderful. Will says, yes, this is what I like about the market. It's great. I bloody love it. I mean, I'm also very lucky to work in a wonderful place. But at a very, 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 very slow shift last Sunday, and on one of the iPads, which works as a till, the other barman, Nick, who's a good friend of mine, was like, let's put on a live stream or something. And I was like, oh, here we go. Here comes twitch.tv. And he found a live stream of a watering hole in Namibia. So we've been watching quite a lot of that. Googling the animals we see. So we've seen like oryxes, ostriches, hares. We've seen some hyenas. It's nice. It's fun. We've seen some warthogs. Just great. So I've been learning about the animals in Namibia. Every day is a school day. Alex Simpkins says, I thought the live stream was going to be one of Johnny's VODs. Oh, please, no. That does not sound like a relaxing afternoon's entertainment for me. Doctor, I am the great Pagliacci. Etc., etc. Oh, it's nice to be painting the trousers on a tiny orc, though. That's nice. This is pleasant. Thank you all for being here. This is really soothing. Evil506 says, sounds relaxing, grab a drink and go animal watching. We did actually put it on the TV in the tap room the other day. And some dudes came in and were like, what's this then? And we told them about it. And then we had a nice chat. It's good. Zano Gill 180 has done a super chat saying, my dad used to be a game ranger in Namibia. Damn. Well, sounds like somebody who knows a lot more than me about the animals of Namibia. That's very cool. That was a weird noise outside. I don't know if you heard that. It sounded like somebody was pushing an old handcart. Very odd. Alyssa says, I'd love a pub that just showed animal live streams. Yeah, it's good fun. Although we turn it off once the sun sets in Namibia because then the camera flips to night mode and it just looks like we've got CCTV on. Weird CCTV. Because there's like a wildebeest having a go on a mineral salt lick. But for the most part, it's pretty chill. Actually, my favourite thing about working in the pub is since I've guessed the passcode to the iPad that controls the music, I've started just putting my own tunes on, and people have been really vibing with them. Somebody came up to the bar last time I was working and went, "Who's the Phoebe Bridgers fan?" And I went, "Yeah, hi." And he shook my hand and blew me a kiss on his way out. It was very nice. It's fun to just quietly facilitate people's nights from behind the bar. They don't know that you're doing little things to try and cheer them up, but you are, and it's good. Minnie Sybil says, reminds me of when I worked at IKEA and we had to hack the TV to watch the Olympics. Sounds brilliant. Calamity Janine says, honestly, I feel like we've engineered the perfect pub experience. Pub, but also zoo. Fair. Might get a bit stressful for the animals, I guess. Speaking from experience, if I've had a few, the urge to nibble on Watson's ears gets stronger and stronger until I'm just going, meow, 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 I love you, meow, meow. And she puts up with it because she's wonderful. I'm just going to clear my throat, so I'm going to mute my mic for a sec. Give me 1 sec, because you don't want to hear this. Okay, there we're good. TransGamerNerd27 says, do you prefer to just pull a pint or do mixology stuff? Or is it a little of A and a little of B? We don't really do cocktails in the tap room, but I have made cocktails, like done cocktail bar work. Well, I've not actually worked in a bar making cocktails, but I have set up a bar at a friend's party and made cocktails all night. And that's good fun, but I prefer pulling pints, I think. Llama Bing has done a super chat saying, what's the best animal you've seen? That's the warthog, because it reminds me of a wild boar. And they rub their butts on the salt lick. All the other animals lick them, and then the warthogs have a good scratch with their butts. It's really funny. Mike Wachowska has done a super sticker of a Shiba Inu wearing a traditional robe and painting with a paintbrush on a bit of parchment and turning it round, and it says, number 1. Thank you very much. That's very kind. I'm painting at the minute as well. Wouldn't you know? Calamity Janine says, okay, I've got it. You know how there are some places that do wildlife streams for hunters, where people can, like, pay for a shot on the remote-controlled gun, etc.? No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. But good for animals in the pub. The drunks cannot be trusted to actually pet the animals, but if you charge them $5 to give the animals a treat via the stream... Okay. So, like, we've got a secure location, which is a zoo, and if you in the pub pay money, we'll chuck a bit of watermelon to the lions. Or whatever. Lions probably would enjoy watermelon. Anonymous says, Johnny has done cocktails, just remember their attempt to replicate the Monkey Island grog. That was one of the greatest mistakes I've made in a long and fruitful career of making mistakes. Mini Haha Civil says, fail, Johnny. Hmm? Oh, yeah, watermelon. Yeah, I understand. Lions. Yeah. No, it wasn't my best work, was it? I thought you were commanding me to fail then. Alex Simpkins says, I think lions are obligate carnivores. Yeah, I'm not saying that they have to only eat watermelon. I'm just saying if you wanted to. All right, maybe it's like you've got to pay £5,000 and we'll feed some watermelon to a lion. Or you can pay £2 and we'll chuck it some meat. Right, I'm Googling this. Lion eating watermelon. Hell yeah. Three tigers, lions attacking watermelons on Big Cat Rescue. Big cats eat. Happiness is a lion with a watermelon at the new zoo. Happy Watermelon Day. You know what, everyone? If you want a treat, you should Google lion eating watermelon. It's fantastic. Some of it is clearly fucking AI generated. But yeah. I'm feeling vindicated, actually. Will says, don't know why, but the use of secure location makes it sound like you're going to change their voice like Jerry Adams so nobody is convinced by their propaganda. Watermelon Lion is a legitimate political party, etc., etc. Ah. Cameron says, Big Cat Rescue loves to get big cats to destroy gourds in their ongoing vendetta against pumpkins. Curious. Anyway, right, painting, that's right. Can't say I'm painting at my fastest today, but I am having a nice time. Is anyone else hobbying right now? If so, what you doing? What you working on? I have a relatively full painting bench at the minute. I'm going to finish this Blood Bowl team. And then I'm going to start work on my friend's Blood Bowl team because he's joining the league next year but does not paint. So I'm painting up some vampires, which I'm quite looking forward to. And then I've got a whole box of Legions Imperialis to tackle. But I'm looking forward to that. And I think what I'm going to do is, as a bit of paint pudding, so that I don't completely lose it just painting tiny tanks and tiny men, I'm going to start working on the Lord of the Rings diorama where the hobbits are hiding from the Nazgul in the sort of get off the road scene. I'm really excited about that. I'm going to paint it. Basically, I'm going to try and paint it to the best of my ability, and not rush and not get bored and just go, that'll do with that bit. I'm really looking forward to sort of challenging myself. It's going to be nice. I haven't painted as much as I would have liked this year, although I'm being kind to myself overall. I'm not beating myself up about it because I also painted the best thing I've ever painted this year. So I've made improvements. I've just not painted very many things. But next year I'd like to paint a good deal more. So we can look forward to that next year. Also, sometime around summer, when they've finally finished making them and sent them out, I'm going to be getting a new camera to go like overhead, and I think it should be quite good. Will says, didn't you paint 2020 the bear in 2021? I did, yeah. Oh, you're saying that that's the best thing I've ever painted. Fair. Okay. Oh, yeah, other people, right. Doing things. What are people doing? Annie Roost? Roost? Roost. I hope I got that right. I'm still getting my grips around, getting my head around this. Oh my god, words are so hard. Annie says, doing some quick knitting before I'm leaving for my knitting group's Christmas party. Hell yes. Hell yes, I would like to know what happens at a knitting Christmas party. I think I can imagine, but I'm very excited about that. That sounds fucking great. Oh, I missed two super chats. Sorry, everyone. Haiku Rise on super chat saying, "Merry everything to you, yours, and LSP's. My short birthday wish." Oh, Haiku, happy birthday! And thank you for the lovely haiku. That's very, very nice. Merry everything to you and yours as well. Weekend Minis is on a super chat saying, "Happy holidays, Johnny and LSPs. I love you all." Thank you very much, Weekend Minis. I hope you're doing well. You've had a very good year of painting from what I've seen on Instagram. Oh, Will says I'm going to be doing transfers and basing at Ancient Robot tonight. Hooray! Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds very nice. Ed2003WRX says, "What was the name of the horse Johnny painted? My memory is Swiss cheese." Werehunts. Where is Werehunts? I sculpted Sculpted's generous, isn't it? I made a cursed horse. Here he is! Here's Werehunts. Never far away. I made this horse out of green stuff. And then I painted it. Oh, I haven't seen Werehunts in ages. Oh, lovely Werehunts. Oh. Hannah Axelson says, "Dear Lord, had you never seen Werehunts before?" Might make Werehunts the new channel mascot. Just rebrand, do it all in MS Paint. Good old Werehunts. Right, we've done half the trousers today, so far. Anonymous says, "Fun fact, a female lycanthrope would be a whiff wolf." Yeah, a woman wolf. Whiff wolf. Rookie B says, "When's the Werehunts merch coming?" Don't tempt me, Frodo. It wouldn't sell well, but those who'd buy it would really know what they were buying. Oh, fuck. Llama Bing says, "Oh my giddy aunt, I'd forgotten its majesty." Yeah, Werehunts is a real one. We should do like a full coat of arms with just Werehunts. Oh dear. John Ashton has done a super chat saying, "Have you ever been tempted to try PUBG again? Rewatching those Eurogamer videos got me through lockdown. Fun times. Love your positive promotion of the hobby. Have a good Xmas/New Year. Much love to all LSPs." God, I haven't played PUBG in years and years and years. I probably would try it again with like some pals. The thing is, like, I find I've never really streamed shooters on the channel. Maybe I would with that one. I found it difficult as a player because it felt like I'd be running around for half an hour just to get dropped by somebody I hadn't seen in a bush somewhere else. You know, like, it was wonderful doing it with the Eurogame a lot, but I found the more I played PUBG with friends, even though we were having fun, our return on investment sort of kept diminishing. It was the same for Apex Legends. I loved that game when it first came out, and then it felt like the skill curve skyrocketed, and I just felt like I was left behind. So I moved on to other things, but I've talked to friends about, like, maybe we should dip back in for a night or something. So never say never, but yeah, no, those Eurogamer vids were really, really good fun. Just bizarre streams. It's actually, those streams were a big part of what led me, when I joined Dicebreaker, to push the stream length to 2 hours. And then, was it 2 hours or did we stream for 3? I can't remember. And then when I went solo, for me to try and stream anyway for 4 hours at a time, because I would be doing those PUBG streams. We'd play for 90 minutes and it'd be like, oh, it's already over. Oh, I was having fun. So I just, wanted to sort of stream for longer. So yeah. I've not been playing anything much new recently. I'm playing quite a bit of Peglin because it's brilliant. I've tried Lethal Company a couple of times now, and I don't know if it's for me. I've yet to have a game where I'm like, haha, this is just brilliant. So far, I'm like, haha, this is fun, and it feels like I'm sort of playing a demo for someone else. I can't really explain what I mean by that, but it's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I've not really found myself vibing with it yet. I think I need to play it with more people at once. But yeah, I'm glad people are enjoying it though. It very much seems to be the hot topic at the moment. So, Hermit Prime says, I thought we were banned from mentioning werehunts, or was that the bear? It was the bear. I said I wasn't going to show it anymore because it's genuinely unsettling. Werehunts I love. It's unsettling in just the right way, you know? So, CookieCat94 says, are you looking forward to exploring the Dave the Diver Dredge DLC? Yeah! So they brought out Dredge DLC, and I've been meaning to buy it because I loved Dredge, but then I sort of realised I think I kind of played it all in a weird fever dream. I don't even remember when did it come out in summer? When did Dredge come out? Because I think I played it quite quickly. And I think I played it when I had a lot of insomnia, which probably means it would be summer. I don't remember it, basically. I remember bits of it. It was the beginning of 2023. Oh yeah, we were having a bad time at the start of this year. I should replay it basically, but yeah, I would like to. I mean, I'm excited to see what they've done as this Dave the Diver crossover. That game's really good. I'd like to play more of it. I mean, I have played more of it in my own time, but it's sort of one of those ones where it's a bit of a curse as a streamer where you're playing a video game and a little clippy pops up in your head, like a little voice in your head just goes, "Shouldn't you be streaming this?" And it's like, no, I can play for fun. I can do both. It's like, you should monetize this game you like. And it's like, ugh, you know? So. Victorina has done a super chat saying, I've been reading The Purest Bond by Jen Golbeck from The Golden Ratio. It's about how dogs are good for us and enrich basically everything for us. Oh, that sounds like a lovely read, and I completely agree. I've been watching some videos recently. There's a TikTok channel. I think it's called like 5x5 Canine Training or something like that. And it's a really good breakdown of sort of some of the subtler bits of canine body language. And it's been really illuminating actually to follow it and just pay closer attention to the small things Watson does, and realise that some signals are her sort of saying that she'd like a bit of space, rather than just being like, I love you and I'm happy and I want you to be in my face. Like, I was on the sofa the other week, and I was like patting the sofa and I was like, come up here, come on. And she was wagging her tail. And I was like, ordinarily I'd be like, she's excited, but she's not sure if she can come up. Oh, look, she's not sure if she can do it. And I'd be like, you can do it, come on. And then I realised she was wagging her tail low and quite tight and sort of licking her lips and sort of occasionally looking at me. And I was like, she doesn't want to come up. And she's trying to tell me that she doesn't want conflict about that, but she doesn't want to do it, that she's not going to jump up. And so I was like, it's okay, you don't have to. And so I put my hands down. I was like, it's all right, you stay down there. And then she was like, yeah, and started wagging her tail properly and came in for me to pet her on the side. And I was like, oh, shit. Watson was telling me no in a polite way. And it was really illuminating. It was very, very nice. It was good. I mean, Watson, honestly, a lot of the time is quite obvious with her body language. And also, you know, I raised her from a pup, so I feel like I'm quite in tune with her. But it was nice to realise that there was sort of room to grow and more stuff to pay attention to. And yeah, I fucking love that dog. Don't know if I've ever mentioned. Brookie B says, after work, Johnny and Alice, please have a lovely stream. Take care of yourself, Brookie B. I hope work passes swiftly and smoothly, and that no one is a dickhead. yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. I will catch you soon with all being well. Num num num. Hagen Compton says, James McAvoy here needs to be an art teacher. What does that mean? Annie says, leaving for my knitting party now. Thanks you all for keeping me company during my pre-gaming. I love that you pre-gamed while knitting. It's like it's like shadowboxing, but you're knitting. I haven't knitted in ages. I do know how, but I just haven't done it in a long time. I used to be well practiced enough that I could knit while watching TV and not looking at my work. So that was pretty good. Scott Perkins says, probably going to bugger off and be social with my family. Might be back in a bit. Otherwise, I'll be on VOD Squad and Nap Club. Take care, Scott. Hope you have a nice time hanging out with the family. It's very nice to have you in chat. And it's good that you want to spend time with them. That's a nice sign. Oh, Hagen Compton says, you look like James McAvoy. So I was making a joke about that as well as you painting. Bloody hell. I'll take that. Never been told I look like James McAvoy before. Mostly been told I look like an arsehole. Corvus Albright has done a super chat saying, pop by haiku for pop by haiku time. Glad to see you all. Busy AF holidays. Have a Jaeger bomb. Thanks, Corvus. I hope you're doing well. I hope things aren't like overwhelming and unpleasantly busy. And I hope you do get a chance to rest and have a nice festive time over the holidays. Tanya Rena says, I can see it, the McAvoy bit. All right, okay, I'll take that. If it means I can hit Chris Pratt in the face with a keyboard, absolutely. Best bit of Wanted, that. I mean, the bar's not high in that film, but that's definitely the best bit. Hagen says, either James McAvoy or Jesus McAvoy with that hair. Very good. There's a guy who, to be honest with you, I don't like him because he heckles me every time I walk past. But there's a guy who's quite frequently near the building in which I live, getting drunk in a square. Sure, whatever. Like, he's never really bothered me that much. He heckles me, but if that's the worst he's doing, fine. But it was in the summer and it was boiling hot. I don't deal well with the summer. So I was wearing like Aladdin trousers, like harem pants, whatever they're called. And I was wearing sandals. And I walked outside and this guy just went, oh my God, it's Jesus Christ. And I was like, I kept walking. I was like, that was a good one. He got me there. Fuck's sake. Sometimes you got to give them their due. You know? Even rubbish people do good heckles every now and then. Even a stop clock is right twice a day. Tiny Red says, you turn the other cheek. No, I just fucked off to the supermarket. Mel says, why am I so tired? Said Mel's at his last night shift in his batch after not sleeping well during the day. Oh no, there's nothing worse than starting work already exhausted. I hope work passes smoothly enough and you get some decent rest afterwards. I really hope so. Hang in there, Mels. Coffee Cat says, Johnny really got their own version of Jesus Christ. It's Jason Bourne, lol. I really like that meme. It's just good, honest fun. I think my favourite one was Jesus Christ. It's Jesus Christ. And it cut to footage of the Passion of the Christ. Hey, Emma Benton's in chat. Hello, Emma. How you doing? I hope you're okay. It feels like everyone's kind of running on fumes at the minute, but I hope all is well and that you have a mug of coffee to hand. Right, 4 out of 6 pairs of trousers painted. Oh no, Emma says, hi Johnny, I'm sick, so not great. Oh, Emma, rest up, buddy, and absolutely don't feel like you need to do any moderating if you don't want to do it. Like, there is absolutely no pressure from me. I hope you get better very soon. Very nearly did a spit take then. Transgamer Nerd says, there was a customer at my old job who refused to learn my name and always referred to me as Jesus. I really upset him when I replied once with, I don't remember Jesus having tits. Good for you. Good for you, frankly. Jesus having tits. Yeah, that did not make the King James Bible, did it? Right. More trousers. Oh, and then I also need to go back and paint the purple on this model's hat. Because I realised when I was looking at the original Imperial Nobility models and clipping bits off, that if you just clipped the thigh off a human lineman wearing slash trousers and put it on an orc's head, it looks like a weird fez. So that's good. Oh, Addy Iwoke's in chat. Hello, Addy. How you doing? I hope you're well. I felt not great on Friday, I'll tell you that much. No, wait, on Saturday. After the gaming night at the brewery. It was worth it, but I felt a little bit sore in my head and soul. Oh, I haven't put any music in my ears. One sec. Ooh. Has anyone been listening to anything new recently? I've been going through another big Richard Dawson phase. I really like Richard Dawson. He is a very, very, very good folk artist. Not for everyone, but very, very much for me. I've also been enjoying the new Greenlung album. Hey, TransGamerNerd27 says I got into Ghost recently. I love Ghost. Addy, are you okay? Says, I'm good, thanks. I'm not surprised after the comments and quips that people came out with. We should have stopped before that last round. That last round, everyone was past their best, I think. Hagen Compton says, James McAvoy started the X-Men, but this guy started the Disciples. Fuck it. What will we have? What will we have then? I can have some Greenlung. I have the new Greenlung album. Does he try and stop me? Lojo says, not Richard Dawson, the game show host, I take it. No. He's a musician from Newcastle. And he's bloody brilliant. Beige Boy has done a super chat, but there is no message attached. If there was meant to be one, Beige Boy, don't super chat again. Just type it normally in chat, and I will read it out with all of the usual fanfare. But either way, thank you very much. Ninja Sex Party, Shadow Academy, brackets basically anything Dan Avidan does vocals for, lol, and Crypta, a Brazilian rock female band. That sounds like a good mix, Victorina. Hannah Axelson says the Magnetic Fields. Got to see them live for the first time last month. Ooh, I like the Magnetic Fields. I like Born on a Train. That's a good song. Oh, Christ. That's going to need a little tidy up, but that's all right. Heike Roy says, Richard Dawkins, I love his music. Beige Boy, has done a super chat saying there are a million things I want to say to you all, but unfortunately I cannot pass on 200 plus hugs online. Aw, that's very sweet. Ooh, the Indomitable X is a Brazilian cover band called Fleesh. Right, I need a bit more paint on my palette. And he's also been listening to The Woosts. I haven't heard of them. I'll have a listen at some point, I am sure. What's going on there? Okay, Sarah says, good morning from the west coast of the US. Hope the holidays are treating you well. I always enjoyed your DMing on the Oxventure games and your own characters, Casimir and Nate. Thank you. That's really kind. I think, yeah, I loved playing both of them. Is Casimir my favourite? I don't know. I had such a good time with both. I really enjoy being a player when I'm allowed. Hopefully there'll be more of the same soon. Oxventure Presents Adventures, I mean. Although I will riot if there isn't a second season of Deadlands. So, Ebro506 says, hello from the East Coast. That's right. We're coast to coast, baby. I think, with no disrespect to the East Coast, I would probably, if I lived in the States, live on the West Coast, specifically the Pacific Northwest. It is a tempo I can get on board with. Don't anticipate I'd ever be able to afford living in somewhere like Seattle, but it would be nice. Minihaha Shibble says, you do have Portland vibes. Thank you. According to, I mean, I've never seen Portlandia, but I've been sent that bit about Battlestar Galactica so many times. So many times. So that checks out. Bloody love Battlestar Galactica. Oh, Table 9 Studios in chat. Says, hello, folks. Hello. Sybil says it was meant as a compliment. Oh, no, I believe you. I'd never been to Portland, but I'd like to go. I do think I'd get on with it. Hey, Sarah Lynch is in chat. Says, so say we all. So say we all. I even liked the Series 3 episodes where it just goes really Monster of the Weeky for a while for no particular reason. It's good stuff. Emma Benton says you would 100% do well in Portland. That's good to know. I mean, I'm going to live in London, I'm pretty certain, for the rest of my life. But if I didn't, to be honest with you, I'd probably pack up and move to Scotland. But if that didn't work out, here we go, Northwest. Let's go. Clap, clap. Choosers. on an orc butt. Nice Rich says, oh my god, everyone moved to Scotland, including me. Yep. Let's do it. Unfortunately, it's not really on the cards because my partner hates the cold. So. But otherwise, choo choo. Oops. Addy says mine too, Johnny. Dang it. Maybe I could live like, a rich Victorian and just summer in the Hebrides. Who knows? The Elderling has done a super chat saying, raising my cough syrup cup to all the sick LSPs. Hydrate well and feel better for the holidays. Also, thank you, Johnny, for just being you. Thank you, the Elderling. I find it hard to be anyone else. I find it hard to be me sometimes, but no, that is me doing a good old-fashioned joke. I'm sorry you are sick. I hope you feel better very, very soon. Do rest up. Sleep when you need to. Eat when you need to. Stay hydrated, etc., etc. Yeah, and I hope you're back to full health recently. At least you're getting it out the way now, ahead of the holidays, hey? I don't know which holidays you celebrate, but assuming they're not taking place right now, then good job. PJ Buck has done a super sticker. It's the blood pear. What's the blood pear, I hear you ask? The blood pear is, well, it's a piece of fruit. A pear, to be precise, which, of course, has sort of a greenish hue and has an odd shape where it's round and a lot larger at the bottom than it is at the top. This one is different to your average pear, in that it has arms and legs, a face, some trainers, and a sports headband. It also has in its hand a mug that it keeps showing excitedly to the screen, like, well, hey, look what I've got. The mug, I don't want to alarm any of you, but the mug is full of what looks like a fairly viscous red fluid, which might be blood. Just saying. So, thank you very much, PJ. I hope you're well. BMB do crims. And Victorina's done a super chat saying, have you watched Muppet Christmas Carol this year? I haven't. I was planning to go to a sing-along at the Prince Charles Cinema in Leicester Square. And then I was getting some texts from friends being like, are we doing it this year? Shall we look at dates? Can you book tickets? Etc., etc., etc. And I just realised I don't have it in me. I just like, I'm so tired this year. So I'm going to save it and just watch it quietly on Christmas Day with some friends and loved ones. So no, I've not watched it yet. But Marley and Marley is on my Christmas playlist because it's my favourite song off the whole film. So I've listened to that plenty, but I've not actually watched it yet. But you know how December can turn into just like an endless string of very pleasant social activities, but you just turn up to each one and go, oh, I'm tired. I just didn't have it in me to organise a... Oh, I started painting this one and then put it down and painted a completely different one. Okay. Yeah, I just haven't, just didn't have it in me this year. So, oh. Dum, dum. Will says, I've still never seen Muppets Christmas Carol. I think it's lovely. I'm not going to launch into like the whole, ooh, what? I can't believe you've never, etc., etc. You've seen lots of things, I'm sure. And you know what? Life's busy. Why would I chastise somebody for not having had the exact same cultural experience as me? However, If you were to watch it, I believe that you would have a very nice time. It's a speedy film. It zips along. It's about like 90 minutes. It's the songs are great. It's just really well executed throughout, with Gonzo as the narrator, as Charles Dickens himself, without him saying all the horrible things about Native Americans that he did, I believe. It is genuinely a treat. It was also, I believe, it's the first Muppets film after Jim Henson passed away. So it kind of, with that context, it's like, oh god, they must have been really nervous about landing this one, and you know what, they nail it. Also, I think the thing is, I'm never in the mood for a Christmas movie. It takes enough for me to be in the mood for any movie. Yeah, that's fair. It is hyper situational, isn't it? I know what you mean. Like, there are lots of films or series that, in theory, I really want to watch, and then I sit down and I'm like, it's time. No, it isn't, and I just don't want to. So, thank you, Nixie V. Yes, it was. Okay. I'm aware that I look like Jesus, Hagen Compton. You're sounding like a broken record there, buddy. I get it now. I'm aware I look like Jesus Christ. That's right. Minihar Sybil says his son directed it, and I read a lovely story about the cast member taking over Kermit's voice, having a dream where Jim Henson told him it was okay. Oh. Addy, are you okay? Says, my favourite thing is saying I don't have time to watch a movie, but then scroll on my phone for 2 hours. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, oh, no, I don't have time for a film, but I'll stick on an episode of something, and then 4 episodes later, it's been... Yeah, I've watched effectively an extended Lord of the Rings film. Weekend Minis says, I'm sorry, Johnny, your skin looks like mine and is not the skin of Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jesus Christ did not look like a white person. There we go. CookieCat94 says, I've still never seen Lord of the Rings. Again, totally fair, totally fine. One of my close friends told me last year, and I went, oh, I didn't know that. Well, they're very good if you want to watch them. And they went, I really thought you were going to give me a stronger reaction. It's like, well, no, it's fine. I'm going to chastise you for not watching 9 hours of New Line Cinema's epic trilogy, The Lord of the Rings, based on the work of J.R.R. Tolkien. But it does mean at least once a month I go to send them a meme or send them a reference. And I'm like, oh no, wait, that won't flash. That won't land. That's the word I was looking for. But I think it is a testament to those films that there are still new memes being made 20 years after the films came out. There are still excellent new memes being made all the time, and I fucking love them. Denethor memes are my favourite ones. But I'll look at any Lord of the Rings meme. I'm very bored of that one about Merry and Pippin having a sniper rifle. For some reason, it gets shared all the time. And it's not that good anyway. But anyway. Happy Bob says, I always get, you've never seen Goonies? You need to watch it. Do it. Yeah. It's, you know what? It's a very good film. I watched it once and was like, that's a great film. I'm really glad I've watched that. But Not worth yelling at someone over. Chat's gone into when will you wear wigs? Classic, an absolute classic. I think my two favourite Lord of the Rings memes I've seen lately, they're Denethor memes, both of them, is Denethor standing over Faramir, and the caption is, Boromir wouldn't have needed that much oil. And then there's another one. And then there's another one where it's Theoden saying no parent should have to bury his child. And then it's a shot of Denethor grinning. And it just says, it depends on the child. Just delightful, really. Poor Denethor, son of Ixelion. It depends on the child. I might need to find it. I'll find it during the break and show you. Lisa Hunt says, I loved Neverending Story as a kid, and my spouse first saw it as an adult and was like, why do you like this so much? I do think there's a childhood attachment element to it. I've never seen the Neverending Story, and I've actually never seen Labyrinth either. And a big part of me not correcting that is that I'm just like, I don't think it's going to land in the same way. And I don't want to be there going, oh, I don't see what the point is, because that's just going to piss people off. Hannah Axelson has done a super chat saying, I tried to come up with a good Lord of the Rings meme, but all the good ones are gone. Very nice. Very nice. Oh! Anyone see that? I just tried to push my glasses up on my nose, but I'm not wearing them, so I just went boom and poked myself in the face. Bit of fun? Good times? Emma Blast says, kind of like, I think I missed the window to read Catcher in the Rye. Yes, you did. You're going to read that book and be like, who's this prick? Wow, this Holden chat really seems like a dick, you'll be saying. Emma Benton says, I lost my glasses on my face once, Johnny, it's fine. I've definitely done that before. I'm like, where are my glasses? I'm wearing them. It's like I've tried to tap into my own front door with my Oyster card before. That was a good one. It's just like, you know that it's an exquisite level of tiredness when the things that you have routinized to the point where you do them without thinking, your brain can't hack those anymore, and they just go, "Buh? This?" Like, no, that's not right. That's not right at all. You're feeding coffee beans directly into the kettle. That's not right. One of my friends told me how she... Oh, God. I think I've told you about this before, because I think about it all of the time. I think about it at least once a week. She was going into her bedroom to eat lunch in her room, and she had her phone in one hand and a bowl of soup in the other, and went, whoop, to throw her phone on the bed, and just tossed a bowl of hot soup onto her bed. Just went, just lobbed a bowl of soup onto the... And, like, Oh my god, this friend of mine she's so wonderful. She's like one of the smartest, like most lovely, most principled people I know. And she's so good. She doesn't deserve she doesn't deserve it. She's just like, because you know how everyone throws their phone. It's just like, oh, like you just chuck it. Just like launch. Just launching it onto the bed. I think I'm gonna have to clip this and send it to her. Oh, oh. Izzy Mary says, love to imagine someone who would deserve soup on their bed. Yeah, true. Oh, oh my god. This is the same friend who once was out on a run and saw me in my local park. I didn't have the dog with me. I was walking home from going to the supermarket. No, I was on my way to the supermarket, and I was crossing a little bridge, and there were pigeons everywhere along the railings. And as I walked, I went and threw my arms up, and they all flew off. And I was just like, I'm like a pigeon wizard. And then I got a text from that friend later being like, loved watching you throw your arms in the air like you were controlling pigeons earlier. And I was like, oh no, someone I know and like saw me. It was great. Good times. Izzy Mary says, pizzard. Not sure about that one. Is it Issy rather than Izzy? I'm sorry. I've been saying your name wrong the whole time. Beige Boy is on a super chat saying she had chuck it in rice soup. So just imagine the moment after. It's like, well, that happened. Like, whoops. Oh, EO122 says, what soup was it? Minestrone. Very good. Very good. I don't know what kind of soup it was, actually. And I quite like that I don't know. You know? I like, it's like you can imagine whatever soup you like. Oh, dear. Goodness me. Right. Trousers on an orc. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was... I missed the model with my brush then. I just went, next to it. No! Will says, on several occasions I've gone to the fridge after putting a tea bag in a cup of boiling water and got out the mayonnaise and stuck a nice big slug in there instead of milk. No! No! Beige Boy has done another super chat saying, sorry, one more, wonton the bed soup. That one would be easier to clean up because it's mostly a clear broth, right? And then you just pick up the wontons. You could even salvage them. Oh, Will. Oh, no. Mayo tea. Oh. Hot drink need white fridge substance, says Will. That's real bad. That's cursed. Just thinking about what it would look like makes me upset, let alone what it would taste like. And I like mayonnaise. I actually stopped buying mayonnaise into the house because I go through it too fast. It's like I start looking for excuses to eat foods that I like having mayonnaise with. It's like, what do I want for lunch? And I'm like, I want, well, stir fry. I'm like, yeah, but if I had a sandwich, I could have some mayonnaise in it. So that's not good. That's not a good. That's not a good way to be planning my menu solely around the condiments I'm going to use entirely too much of. Good Lord. One of my old bosses once went through a period for like a diet where he was putting butter in coffee as like a meal replacement thing. It was weird. He swore it was amazing and it really energized him. But I don't want to. It was a lot of butter in coffee, and it's just like, I don't want that, you know? It was very odd. Bulletproof coffee. Is that what it's called? Bulletproof coffee? Why is it called bulletproof? Did LaRue invent it? Wow. Welcome to 2009, everybody. What a great reference that was. Tech bro nonsense in it, says Cameron. Yeah, fair enough. Anonymous says oatmeal porridge is good with a bit of butter. See, that I can imagine. But yeah, that's the reason like an oat flapjack is nice. It's oats with a bit of butter, you know? Oh, Phil Clemel says, saw LaRue DJ set this summer. She's still great. Brilliant. Good. I'm glad. I like her music a lot. There was a period when I was living with two of my friends. It was actually around 2009, 2010, funnily enough. I ordered LaRue's first album on CD, on compact disc. But before it arrived, I realised I already had it on my iPod. So I was like, oh. So when it turned up, there wasn't really much incentive for me to play it or even get it out of the packaging. So instead of returning it, what I did was it became a game where you'd hide LaRue's first album still in its packaging in one of the other two's rooms, and then when they found it, they had to hide it in someone else's room, and it went on for over a year, where like you'd be digging through like your laundry basket, and then you'd be like, "Fuck, it's LaRue's first album," and then you go hide it in someone else's room. And what was best is where somebody would go, "Where is LaRue's first album anyway?" And one of us would be like, I know where it is. And then the other one would go, no, you don't. Because it had already moved on. It was fucking brilliant. We accidentally ended the game when we moved out. It was hiding in my box of cereal, which I just binned because there wasn't much left. There was about one bowl of cereal and LaRue's first album in my box of Sultana bran. I love games like that, though. Catastrophe says classic sibling game, that, right? Good times. Wonder if I can engineer an excuse to go around one of their houses and hide LaRue's first album. Almost certainly. Alyssa says, my mum and I have this with a blue plastic rabbit toy from when I was a baby. I don't actually know who has it at the moment. I think they do. Alyssa, if you think they've got it, it's more than likely it's in your house. Calamity Janine says, this does mean you have a hilarious way to restart it. Send them both their own copies. Post it to them. Imagine their faces. I don't think... one of them, I think, wouldn't remember. The other one has a small child and would be like, I don't have time for this. No, that's not true. Just good fun little games like that, aren't they? Weird folk games. Right, so those are all of the trousers painted purple. It's probably time to crack out the pale sand and get started on these shoulder pads. There's the pale sand. Is there much pale sand in this? Yeah, there is. What a lovely paint. Delightful. Will says the ham perverts in Edinburgh have this with a copy of The Big Bang Theory, the party game. I gave it to Ollie inside a big Sainsbury's bag full of sprues. He went through it and missed it. Oh, what a fucking cursed object. I hate The Big Bang Theory so fucking much. It's shit. It's just not funny. It's rubbish. Anyway. Where's my water gone? What? I had some water earlier. Where have I put it? There it is. There we go. Oh. Ragriz148 says, I better go work on my Seraphon. You're a good source of motivation. Hooray, I'm glad. Are any of them the new Sauruses? Because those new Saurus sculpts are gorgeous. They're genuinely quite scary, in a way. They're fantastic. They look so mean. I think they're brilliant. Like, genuinely. I think if I ever did a Lizardmen team for Blood Bowl, I'd want to use those sculpts. Will says the reason it exists is because for his 2016 Secret Santa, Kay very specifically said he would give his address so long as nobody gave him a copy of the Big Bang Theory party game or something. Yes, it is. It's the new Vanguard box set. Oh, Razgriz148. That sounds great. Lovely sculpt. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Pale sand. Do. Pale sand. It's just my favourite paint. Danella Dragon says, I need to get back to my Seraphon. I know I will get the very big frog for Christmas. Amazing. I mean, you could always wait until you have your very big frog and use the very big frog as, like, paint pudding and use it to push on with your rank and file stuff. This is the second time I've mentioned paint pudding now. For anyone not initiated, this is a term Will introduced me to, actually, whereby I was struggling really hard with painting motivation. I was painting endless batches of Skaven clan rats, and I was like, I think I'm done with the hobby. And Will suggested getting a model that I'm excited to paint and just working on that in between batches of rats as pudding. And it's great. It changes it up a bit, keeps you focused, and really keeps you motivated. So it's nice. Mark Cohen says, I also need to get on that Seraphon box and the very dead frog. Get on with it. Naka says, thank you. I was just typing paint pudding. Yeah, that's the concept, basically. So, I don't really have paint pudding at the minute. But I'm planning to do Legions Imperialis and Lord of the Rings together as a bit, like main course and pudding. Yum, 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 yum. Will says it's a phrase I stole from Kieran Gillen. There you go. Adam G has done a super chat saying, greetings and well wishes at this festive season. Greetings and well wishes to you, Adam G. I hope you're all right. I'm very tired, but I'm also enjoying streaming and painting, so we've got that going for us. It's 20 to 6 in London. Here in London. I'll go for another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll have ourselves a little break, and then we'll stream some more. That'll be nice, won't it? Sure, why not? Then what else am I working on, really? I've got Legions Imperialis. Oh, there's a halfling team I want to finish, but I want to finish it. And then I'm going to go back to the squigs. I haven't painted nearly as much of the Stampeding Squiggle Arch box I bought this year as I would like. And I'm going to fix it, even though I'm pretty sure I'm never playing Age of Sigmar again. Big army games aren't for me, they said, with a box of Legions Imperialis waiting for them. Oh, I did buy the Christmas squig. from Games Workshop this year. I don't think I'm going to have time to paint it in time for Christmas. But I'm thinking maybe for next year's Christmas tournament with the Blood Bowl League, I'll do a Squig team as proxy models for something. We'll see. Andrew Roberts says, I remember a family favourite was Lord of the Rings Risk. We would have the Lord of the Rings soundtrack playing in the background. That sounds great. Big fan of that. I haven't had a proper board games evening in ages. Really need to get back on it. I mean, I'm doing the annual board game cottage in early January this year, so that's going to help. Pissing off to a remote cottage in Wales with some close friends. I'm just going to play board games for a week. That's going to be very, very pleasant. Will says, you know what's better than Lord of the Rings Risk? War of the Ring. I've still not tried it. But I have heard good things. I've had some friends play it and just come out really excitedly talking about the things that happened, which is a good sign. AWM Perry has done a super chat saying, oh, Big Bang Theory went from jokes for people like me to jokes about people like me. The only remaining nostalgia I have for it is it's because of how I met ex-wife. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I remember. I think maybe I the one time I gave it a go was after it became jokes about nerds, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And so much of it wasn't even a joke. It was just like someone says something. Whoa, someone says something a nerd might say, and everyone goes, "Ha ha ha ha! That's a nerd." It's like, all right, cool. I guess it's fucking weird. Quixotic Raven has done a super chat saying, after double checking, butter tea made with yak butter is drunk in the regions around the Himalayas. Ooh. I'd like to try yak butter. I genuinely would like to try yak butter. And if someone said to me, the only way you can try this yak butter is if you have it in a cup of tea, I'd say, go on then. Stick the kettle on. So, touche. But yeah, the whole my boss putting butter in his coffee thing, it did feel like a weird tech bro kind of hack. Like, I'm hacking my body. It's like, okay, sure. Give me a pay rise above inflation, you bastard. Etc. etc. Mr. Tom for the Win says, Big Bang Theory lacks jokes and is often just name nerdy thing, pause for canned laughter. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's that example where they're like, and so we're agreed. This battle is taking place, like on the moon of Yavin, against the forces of Mordor for command of the intergalactic Star Trek Council, and everyone's like, ha ha ha! They like different things, and they're mentioning them all. It's like it's not a fucking joke. That's just you've listed things. It's shit. Root -1 says, been a lovely stream all. I'm off to meet the other half from work. She's working from home 99% of the time as her team is based in Geneva. Oh, wow. Okie dokie. I hope you have a lovely, lovely evening. Thank you so much for tuning in, Root Minus One. Take care of yourself. Lots of love to you. Cheerful Spider has done a whacking great super chat. Thank you, Cheerful Spider. That's really bloody kind. It reads, Happy Winter and etc. Hope it's good. Will says, can I point out that chat is doing a commiseration spiral about a not very good TV show that hasn't been on the TV for 4.5 years. We can have fun instead. Touche. Yes, I'll shut up about the Big Bang Theory myself. And we can move on to more fun things. Happy Winter and etc. Hope it's good is such a great festive greeting and is absolutely matching my energy levels for 2023. Happy Winter and etc. Hope it's good. Good fun. Enjoyed. Right, I need to change albums. I need to put a different album in my ears. Oh, it's time to be real. It's time to be real, everybody. Let's be real. There we go. If you're into that app. Wow, I look deranged. I look really unhinged. Okay, great. Will says, my friend group has recently been actively calling out commiseration spirals when we fall into them, and it sucks to have the misery police show up at your door, but it makes conversations way less tiring to participate in. Yeah, fair enough. It's a good shout. They are very easy to fall into, aren't they? Oh, I need an album. Sure, I'll listen to Future Shadow Part 1, The Clandestine Bell by Bell Witch. No, The Clandestine Gate by Bell Witch. It's an album. It's an hour and 23 minutes long. It's one song. I love it. Right. Painting, that's what I was doing. Good. Will says, have you listened to Dope Smoker? Of course I have. I used to do essays to Dope Smoker at school. It's such a good album. You don't get any vocals for 15 minutes, I think, in Dope Smoker, which I've always very much admired. There's a 45-minute track that opens Richard Dawson's latest album, and you don't get any vocals in that for the first 13 minutes. But, I mean, even though, like, say, this Bell Witch album is longer than Dope Smoker, nothing's going to top it. It's not going to top it. Lucas says, I tried to write an essay about Luke's album Creature of Habit for uni. My teacher waited until a week before it was due to say an EP doesn't count as an album. Fuck! That must have caused a panic. Yikes. I hope you managed to change tack quickly enough. I hope you managed to get something in, basically, is what I mean. Fun fact. My pronouns are they, them, not he, him. I am non-binary. Please adjust your language accordingly. Thank you. Just a periodic reminder. Will says, also an EP is absolutely an album. Yeah, I count it. I shared a playlist recently on Spotify, and one of my friends replied saying, "Wow, that's short for a playlist." Um, and apparently, a lot of people in like the I'm posting on a music discussion board, etc. People would say if it's under an hour, it's not a playlist, which I um find really weird because like I think in my head playlists are still like it's like you're making a mix CD, which tends to be about 50 to 65 minutes of music, you know? So that's what I go for with my playlists. I've got some playlists that are massively long, obviously, but that's for things like if I'm writing or if it's for a role playing session or whatever. But it genuinely, I'm not like, and those people are wrong. Like, if that's how they want to do it, that's how they want to do it. But I didn't realize that there's a whole community out there that considers the standard to be well over an hour. I, yeah, it just threw me a little bit. It's strange. Will says stick every song on twice. It's an old punk gig trick. This next song's called Nazi Punks Fuck Off again. Next up, this song's called Nazi Punks Fuck Off Some More. Gwyn Leaves says enjoying the non-binary flag on your palette. Yes, there it is. These are non-binary flag minis basically. I wasn't sure what to do about the armor, and then somebody pointed out if I just added black. The green obviously is not part of the non-binary flag, but in terms of the armor and the clothing, oh, there's also brown in there. I don't know. They're there. It's there. Crimson Shadow says, just arrived. What's cursed today? What is cursed today? We had a look at were hunts again earlier. If you want to see were hunts. It makes me laugh every time. There's were hunts. That's the most cursed thing we've seen today. Chat's not been that cursed, it feels like. Emma Benton says, me, I'm cursed. I wouldn't say you're cursed. I wouldn't say that you have, like, the energy of a person who's been cursed. Curse adjacent, maybe. I don't know. I think sometimes we get a bit ahead of ourselves being like, our chat is always cursed. We always talk about butts. Actually, I think a lot of the time, chat is very chill, and we don't talk about butts, you know? We contain multitudes, including but not limited to conversation about butts and not about butts, which I guess technically encompasses all topics of conversation ever. Phil Clemel says, has cannibalism come up yet? Nope. Haven't discussed it. It's not come up. So there we go. Right. More pale sand. Going to finish painting, well, finish doing a base coat on this shoulder pad, and then we'll take a little break, shall we? I could do with some water and a trip to the toilet. And a bit of a stretch, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm a little bit stiff today. I think it's because when I was at this wedding yesterday, I was sort of standing up, you know, with proper posture in a suit and everything, rather than slouching around in my usual attire. Shut up outside. You're having a very loud conversation. Oop. Weekend Minis has done a super chat saying, okay, a mummy... Not mummies. Weekend Minis has done a super chat saying, okay, a mummy's just fancy zombies. It's a good question. And you know what? I was thinking about this quite recently. Oh, no, wait, I wasn't. For a second there, I thought you were asking if mummies are just fancy skeletons. So I'll get on to my reasoning with that. But yeah, I think mummies are just fancy zombies, right? Will disagrees. Will says, nah, a mummy has... And then there was nothing else. I don't know if Will accidentally hit enter too early. It's difficult. They kind of... Anonymous says, zombies are rotting undead, mummies are pickled undead. Here we go. There we go. Will says, now, a mummy has more self-determination and its own goals than a zombie. They're a type of lich. Yeah, I think that adds up. Because with a zombie, you're like, oh no, a zombie. Don't let it eat you. Don't let it bite you. With a mummy, it's like, what does it want? What does it want? Where is it going? What does it want? You know, like mummies have a mission. I do feel like zombies are fancy skeletons. And I'll tell you for why. Because in Blood Bowl, the game I love, you have zombie linemen and skeleton linemen for the same team. And it's very unusual for a team to have two different types of linemen. But what's interesting is the zombies move 1 square fewer per turn than the skeletons. So they're a little bit slower than the skeletons. However, their armor value, which is sort of the threshold for how big of a hit they can take before they get injured, is higher because they've got meat on them, which slows them down but provides padding. Skeletons, on the other hand, move faster by 1 square a turn, but their armor value is lower because there's less pinning them down because they're just like animated skeletons. You know, if you imagine the flesh on a zombie being like wet clothing on someone who's fallen in a lake, the skeletons are quicker, but obviously there's less padding, so they're more brittle. And I think it's so good. It's so good. Like, obviously a lot of the time, you know, like in certain films and stuff, they're like, well, the zombies will eventually just rot away and then they won't be a problem anymore. But I'd love it. I would love a film in which actually, no, they just become sentient skeletons instead. Like, you come out of a bunker after 100 years and you're like, finally, we're all... Oh, fuck. And you just hear clack, 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 clack with all these skeletons going around. Just great. Technurona says, you're quite brave slagging off skellies considering your audience, Johnny. I don't think I was slagging off skeletons. Oh, they're less fancy than zombies, sure. But they're my favourite. Me saying it's fancy doesn't necessarily mean that I endorse it. Many Tories could be considered fancy, and I fucking hate them. And with that, let's go for a break. I'm going to pop the lid back on my wet palette. You know the drill with a break, or maybe you don't, in which case I'll tell you. Going to go away for 5 to 7 minutes now. Refill my water, have a stretch, just do some general... do some gentle having a break things. How about you? When was the last time you stood up and had a nice little stretch? When was the last time you had some water? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you too warm? Are you too cold? Is there anything you've been putting off that you could do in the next 5 to 7 minutes that would mean that you can enjoy the rest of this stream and just sort of chill out a little bit? If so, go do it. If not, don't worry. Here comes a picture of my dog, which I've been meaning to update because that picture was taken in like 2019. And Watson looks a little bit different now. It's just older. There'll be some smooth jazz and a picture of my dog. So let's go have a break. Be back in 5 to 7 minutes. Ba 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 ba. Hello everyone, welcome back to this live stream here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. C'est moi, je suis Johnny Chiodini. I'm very tired. But we're having fun. We're painting. We're painting some orcs that are pretending to be humans. Very no... Oh, shit. We're painting orcs who are pretending to be Imperial nobility humans. Because I came up with this idea well over a year ago, and it's taken me this long to get them fucking done. We're nearing the finish line now, so that's nice. Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. Anyway. I'll be back in the zone in a minute, I'm sure, once I'm just daubing paint on shoulder pads again. It'll all be fine. Doot. There we go, look. We're already doing it again. Minihaha Sybil says, "Here's Johnny." I'm sure that joke's been done here before. Oh, yes. That joke has followed me around for, well, basically my whole life. Although I don't mind it, actually. It's the one that always used to get me was whenever Johnny Be Good was playing when I was like a kid. People would be like, "Go on then, go Johnny, go!" It's like, I'm not fucking dancing because my name's in this song. Go fuck yourselves. We're standing in a car park. I'm like, oh yeah, no, wait, yeah, hold on a minute. Let me change into my fucking tap shoes, you dickheads. Oh, it used to get me. Ed2003WRX says, "Johnny, am I right that your Blood Bowl season just ended? If so, how did it go?" It was, I think, for the league, the best season we've had to date. It was our third season. It was won by an Imperial nobility team called Von Humbrol's Dryhards, which is a reference to the Humbrol brand of paint, which the coach uses on his miniatures, and they take ages to dry. So Von Humbrol's Dryhards, they lifted the cup. I finished the regular season second in the table, but I crashed out in the quarterfinals to Von Humbrol, actually. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Both semi-final games went to penalties, which shows you just how close they were. It was great. And then we just had our Christmas tournament, which was won by a Dark Elf team called the Sugar Plum Furies. I lost all 3 of my games in spectacular fashion. I scored 1 touchdown the entire day. It was great. So yeah, the league is now officially in the off-season. It starts again next year. We generally kick it off around the 1st of Feb, but to be honest, if people want to play a match before then, they can. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. The player who was running Imperial Nobility is going to run Nurgle next season. I'm going to run Imperial Nobility, which will be fun. That's what these are for. And yeah, just generally speaking, very much looking forward to the 4th season of the Hot Bobs League. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've actually asked the Von Humbrol coach to name all of my orcs, because I think he'd do a very good job with it. They're Baron von Umi's Imperial Nobs. Baron von Umi being a nobleman that doesn't exist, but because the orcs playing for him believe in him so much, yes, he does. He sends letters to the team telling them how to play in the next match. This is one of them. This is one of the letters. Because I had some leftover money when I was drafting the team, I'm starting with 5 dedicated fans, which is almost the maximum, because I think it's funny. And I'm going to chalk that up to orcish faith as well. So, yeah. Oh. Oh. Hmm. So yeah, it's been a good old Jupiter Monster's big stretch. Oh, I feel like my own dog. Ooh, big stretch. You have to say it by law, I'm told. Yeah, I really love the Blood Bowl League. It's really nice, and I really feel like I found my game in terms of tabletop stuff. I sort of was a bit bewildered by Age of Sigmar, and sort of just been like, when am I going to start loving this? And it turns out the answer was 4 years after I joined the hobby, when I would start playing a different game. I mean, I do love Kill Team actually, and I really enjoyed Underworlds for the brief period in which I played it. What else? Warcry I bloody love. It's just nothing quite like Blood Bowl. Oops. I wish I'd tried Guild Ball before it went under, though. I liked the kind of almost Gangs of New York aesthetic it had going for it. Especially with, like, was it Rage? Who was the character who was basically just Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs of New York, but for sport. Alex Simpkins says, I miss Warhammer's old world. Well, that's the thing. Blood Bowl is currently the only game set in it. Great news, by the way, for those of you who enjoy it when my doorbell goes off. It probably will quite soon. I have a package arriving. It's just a question of whether my partner will be around to take it in or whether I'll have to go myself. So that'll be nice. Guess we'll find out, won't we? Naka says, I've got the doorbell in the stream bingo. Excellent. Mini Haha Sybil says, exciting worlds of being an adult. I too had a package arrive. Nice. I put contained fun stuff. Jan Tardif says, hey Johnny, have you ever heard the band Days and Days? Yes, their song Misanthropic Drunken Loner always makes me think of you playing Stardew. Yeah, that tracks. I love that song, it's really good. Yeah. God, I haven't heard that song in ages. The world would be so much better off without us, etc., etc. I do like Days and Days. I also like Fuck 'em. That's a good song by them. I don't need to paint this one. I've already painted this one completely. I am tired. Let's this one. I'm going to do 3 coats of pale sand on these just to really build it up. Blah, blah. Oh, no. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have taken that break. It's starting to feel a little bit weird. The Indomitable X is off to work. Catch you on VOD Squad, the Indomitable X. I hope work goes very smoothly and swiftly. And that you have a very nice day. Safe journey. And yeah, I'll catch you soon, I hope. Yay, punch drunk Johnny. Yeah, it's coming, Minnehaha Sybil. Nothing's ever going to top that Fallout New Vegas stream when I was just in another dimension. Let's face it. Stephen says, trying to work out if I can do a final editing pass on the short I'm putting online this Saturday while watching a stream or not. If you do a pass now, it won't be the final editing pass, will it? I reckon either save it for after this stream or just go do the pass. If you've got the motivation to do it now, jib me off, that's fine. There's always the VOD. Don't feel like you have to stay. Because I've been there being like, can I watch this thing and also do an edit? And generally my rule is yes, but not if it's the final pass. There we go. Ooh, Orthogonalist says, I'm done with work for today, so I'm sitting here with a glass of wine. I'll try to radiate the good feels I have to everyone. Delightful. Delightful. Thanks for the good feels. What wine you drinking? Had a very nice white wine yesterday. That was nice. Never used to like white wine, but I find I drink it more than red these days. Fascinating. But then I think that's because the red wine we tend to have in the house is Malbec, and I like Malbec's okay. I prefer Rioja. So there. It is a red Zinfandel. I like Zinfandel because it sounds like a court wizard. Zinfandel the Red. The ancient realm of Zinfandel, where the red wizard holds sway, etc., etc. Neko the Kitty says, but what about the bees, Johnny? Okay, I know I've absolutely lost it when I've told the bee joke a few times, but that's not the same. I tell the bee joke often when I'm tired, when I'm not, and it always sends me loopy. Fallout New Vegas was a whole different thing. What a weird stream. Neko the Kitty says, so Johnny and LSP is about to hop off for a work meeting. I want to say 2023 was a bit much, and yet it has left us with a wooga! Everyone have a great winter holiday and the like. Yep, a wooga indeed. Take care, Neko the Kitty. This isn't my last stream of the year. I'll be streaming on Thursday. No pressure to make it, obviously. But yeah, if I don't see you, have a lovely festive period. Take care of yourself, and I hope the work meeting goes okay. Cheerful Spider says, unless it comes from the Zinfandel region, it's technically a sparkling Magus. That's the joke of the stream so far. I mean, I'm such a sucker for it's just a sparkling whatever jokes. They always make me laugh, but that one is especially good. Let me tell you the tale of Zinfandel the Red. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Shoulder pads, shoulder pads. We are painting some shoulder pads. Are they white? No, they're not. They are pale sand, a kind of cream. Okay. Let's paint some shoulder pads. Oh, tits. Happy Bob says, I was reminded of an upset stomach as Tom Jones or some such. Did that happen? Was it a fever dream? No, yeah, it was blah, 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 blah. I don't really remember that much, but it was blah, 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 blah. And I think for some... Yeah, basically I ended up going, it's not unusual to be loved, blah, 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 blah. You know? Danilla Dragon says, do I dare to paint a label on a 3mm paint pot? Oh, are you doing the Christmas grot? The Gloomspike Get Christmas squig grot squig guy? Are ya? Cheerful Spider has done a super chat saying, tell me, friend, when did Zinfandel the Red abandon reason for boxed wine? Yeah! Wizard fight. Reason for madness. Oh, yes, and the Red Gobbo, Christmas Squig, has not arrived yet. Well, mine arrived today, which is great because I was doing an order. I pre-ordered that. I also ordered 3 paints, and I actually paid for separate shipping on the paints. Have they arrived? Have they? Fuck. It's been nearly 3 weeks now. I'm delighted. It's really fun. It really does feel like Games Workshop is having a bit of a time getting orders out at the moment. I think they might have just overlooked it completely. Which means I have to email somebody, which obviously... But hey hi. The hand pal's got me to paint the pot goblin green. Yes, please. Mark Cohen says, I remember What's New Pussycat. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay. Okay. Oof, dear. Oh, I'm quite tired. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're all okay. Just painting some shoulder pads, you know? And then after that, we're going to do probably just some Black Templar contrast. Or are we? Maybe I should do the skin before that. I think maybe I should. Blah, 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 blah. Table 9 Studio says, had to rewind to get that on paper. Christmas Grot, the Gloomspike Get Christmas Squig Grot Squig guy. Yep, that's the one. Christmas Grot, the Gloomspike Get Christmas Squig Grot Squig guy. Cheerful Spider's done a super chat saying, P.S. box wine is fine, lol. It is, I like it. It's wine and it comes in a box. Nothing wrong with that. It is a bit weird when you're at the very end and you have the bag and you're just throttling it to get the last wine out. It feels like you're strangling some sort of boneless chicken. I hope you'll think of me next time you're throttling the bag in the end of a box of wine. Raspberries 148 says, according to the guy at the Warhammer store I go to, they've been going overtime to try and get all the orders out before the end of the week. Last orders are on Saturday. I don't think I'm going to be getting those 3 paints before the new year, to be honest with you. But, oh well. So it goes. I might just email them and see if I can cancel the order and then just go buy the paints in a shop. Emma Benton says, who or what are we throttling and why? I'm talking about the end of... You know how a box of wine is actually a bag with a tap in a box? At the end of it, you take the bag out and you sort of squeeze it to get the last of the wine out. And I said it was like throttling some kind of strange boneless chicken. And everyone's trying to make innuendos out of it. I'm just saying it really feels like you're murdering an animal when you're squeezing the last wine out of a bag with a tap on it. There we go. Emma says, I see. Carry on. Thank you, Emma. Yes, I will. Alyssa says, I had the Red Gobbo and the Gloomspike Git Squig guy who hasn't arrived yet as Christmas pudding painting. Delightful. I nearly said de-lovely then. De-lovely. Lisa Hunt says cinema nacho cheese is like that too. Lisa, does cinema nacho cheese come in a bag, in a box, with a tap? I need to think about this. It comes in a gross, squeezy bag. It comes in the same... I need to text some people. I'm sorry. I genuinely need to send a text about this. Huge news. I'm streaming and was talking about how it feels weird to squeeze the last of the wine out of the bag when you have a box of wine. I have been informed by 100% in a bag is a hassle to open. Several, I'm going to put several in caps. Several, no, that's not in caps. Several people in chat that cinema nacho cheese goo comes in the same arrangement. Send. Life may never be the same. Send. There you go. Not doxing anyone, but that's... Yep. Yep. Naka says, why do I feel this text will end with yours truly, Johnny? That's just how I text. That's what I sound like when I text people. Just remarkable. Oh no. Oh no. My friend replied saying, can't wait to meet Nacho Cheese Boy. So now I need to explain a bit that I do occasionally. Not that I'm admitting to being Wine Boy. When we go on holiday every year to a cottage to play board games, we pick up some things to drink. We generally pick up a couple of boxes of wine. And I don't remember, I think it was 2 years ago when it first happened. But I may have basically pulled the hoodie I was wearing up to here and then stuck a box of wine in it and put the hood up and wandered into the room like some sort of headless horseman, just going, wine, wine. And it's known as Wine Boy, the Wine Cryptid. Wine Boy uses he, him pronouns. I use they, them pronouns. We're not the same person. We've just never been in the same room together. I always keep missing Wine Boy. But yeah, I come into the room just knocking stuff over and yelling, wine! And then if somebody comes and uses the tap to get wine, I go and juggle. Not juggle, I sort of like jiggle as if it feels funny. Like, and then I leave yelling, wine! And everyone goes, bye, Wine Boy. And I yell, wine. Wine Boy yells, wine. And then I come back in the room and everyone's like, you just missed Wine Boy. Naka says, how full is the box when you do this? Is it empty per chance? No, generally not. It's still in the box. Not that I'm saying I do it. Wine Boy is a cryptid. I've never even seen him. But yeah, Nacho Cheese Boy. That's gonna be a weird one. Cheese! 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 Right. Painting. That's what I'm meant to be doing. Cheese! Do I have a picture of Wine Boy? Somebody took a picture of Wine Boy once when I wasn't there. I don't think I'll try and find it sometime. Wine! It's weird. I'll catch that slippery devil someday. I'm going to do a base coat on the skin, because I think that will make me feel like these models are a lot further along than I currently feel. Hello everybody, welcome back to... Never mind, found it. No, I didn't. Hello, welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints, trying to find... Found it. Trying to find a particular paint. Today we're looking for... I haven't found it! Hello, welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints, trying to find a specific paint. Today we're looking for orc flesh skin. Good news, I found the Shyish purple again. I have rust grey, alright. Okay. It's a nice green colour that I use on my orcs. It's not that one. It's not that. Oh, that's separate. Look how much my screaming skull is separated. That's not good. That's not good for anybody. That's Strachan green. It's also not what we want. Last time I was painting, I wasn't in this room, so I'm a bit... That's Screaming Skull again. Rhinox hide, we could use that. Well, we'll need that eventually, is what I mean. That's Corax White. What? What are you? Warpstone Glow. Good episode, this one. Oh, and... No. That was Nurgle's Rot. nail biter, this one. Jesus, where's it gone? Generally, if it takes me this long, it's because it's not in the box, but I'm going to keep looking. Because I am very tired. That's moot green. I've now found almost every green I own. Oh my god, it's like I'm doing a bit, but I'm not. I really want to find it. I already have Mortarion Grime. Shit. I ordered some Mortarion Grime. Damn it. Oh, Biltan Green, I need that. I already have Mortarion. Oh god. Okay. Oh, no, that's Strachan Green again. That's an old dried up Warpstone Glow. That's a new Warpstone Glow. That's Caliban Green. Help! Can't find it. Astra Granite. Oh. Nope. That's Lamian Medium. That doesn't even have a pigment. Okay, it's got to be. I must have left it outside. Not outside. On the other table. Surely. The Stabbath has done a super chat saying, thanks so much for being a lovely companion while I do laundry and wrap gifts for roller derby friends. This is the first really relaxing day for me this festive season, so I'm glad I managed to catch a stream. I'm very glad to be providing you slightly chaotic entertainment while you do some important life admin, but also a lovely generous thing for what I assume are some lovely, lovely people. In my life, I've never met a roller derby person I didn't like. Waywatcher Green. When did I even buy Waywatcher Green? I cannot believe this. Okay. I cannot. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go to the Be Right Back screen and go check the table in the living room where I was last painting. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very glad to be helping, even if I myself am in need of help / an intervention. What paint are they looking for? Asks Stephen. Orc flesh. It's a green. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna leave my mic on. Hold on. Oofed. It's not there either. Lillian says, what's the paint next to your keyboard, Johnny? Let's have a look. Painting picture in picture. This is a shade, I think. That's Hex Wraith Flame. I got Iron Fist there. I'm just confused. I'm not mad. Not angry. Not even disappointed. I'm just confused. I'm going to have to go through the box again. Coffee Cat says, I'm back from packing my suitcase. I see things are going well here. Haha. Yep. Yep. This is... Because you know what? Like, short form series don't always translate well to the big screen. But this is turning into a feature-length episode. Okay, we're going to go through. Orc Flash Playpen. I'm literally going to go along the line. I say the line. It's all a mess. A lesser non-binary person would have just started painting a different colour, saying that they'd come back to the skin later. But not me. I'm stubborn and confused. I haven't used it in a while, but I've had it to hand and... If I find it, the payoff's going to be enormous. But I'm honestly losing hope quite rapidly here. It's not in here. It's just not in here. I could mix other colours to get it to be the base. Strachan green is, to be honest with you, pretty similar. I'm just confused. Don't know where it is. Don't know where it is. Alright. Fuck it. Okay. This is going to be weird, but we can make it work. My base colour. That's black lava texture gel. We won't be needing that. Right. Ogre and camo, not it. Krieg khaki is not it. That's moot green. That's warpstone glow. I'm just making sure I haven't just misread the label 6 times. Strachan green. All right, Strachan green. You're going to have to step up, my good pal. I need to pull up what Auric Flesh looks like. Or Auric. Is it Auric Flesh paint? Yes, Auric Flesh. Oh, it's quite pea green. Okay, Strachan green and warpstone glow will do it. Obviously, the values on this screen are going to be slightly different. Okay, we can make that work. Hey. Quixotic Raven says, maybe it went where those socks I've lost in the dryer are. Well, no, I've got paint all over your socks now. They're a lovely green colour. I'm sorry. Okay. Beige Boy says, welcome to a non-binary person goes through the 7 stages. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Fuck it. We can do this. Ebro506 says, well, orcs can come in other colours than green. That's true, but I'm painting these up to be part of a team that's already mostly painted. Okay. Right. Strachan green. My old friend. Highlight colour for many a plague monk. There you are, my good friend. Get some of you on the palette. And then probably a bit of warpstone glow, and then we'll see what we get. Yes, that's right. We're looking at it again. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm actually going to put in a tiny bit of moot green instead. Silent Cobb has done a super sticker of 3 hippopotamuses popping out the water as if to say, what the fuck is going on in here? I'll tell you what's going on. 200 people currently are watching me absolutely lose it. Okay, that's not too bad. Bad? Are we just going to have to go with that? Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go with that. I think it'll be okay. Okay, right. That'll do. It'll have to do. Orthogonal says I was doing something else, so I was only listening to you losing your mind, if that helps. Yeah, it does make me feel a little bit better, thank you. That's just going to have to do, yeah, as a colour match. I mean, it's green. They'll look enough like orcs, won't they? Oh dear, the green stuff on this neck is messy. Oh well, fuck it. It's alright. Where's my airbrush thinner? There we go. Oh, I found the airbrush thinner, alright. Do you hear me, Auric Flesh, wherever you are? Okay. Alright. Jupiter Mon says, I'm going to have to leave soon. My laptop has told me it's running out of battery and I do not have the energy to get the charger from the other room. I respect the hell out of that, Jupiter Mond. Thank you so much for being here while your laptop had the energy. So long and good night. No, honestly, have a lovely rest of your day, however much is left. Thank you very much for being here. I'm sorry that the latest episode of Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints looking for a specific paint got quite as weird as it did. It was like going to the Black Lodge in Twin Peaks. Order will be restored eventually. Like when I'm streaming and painting again in the new year and I've had some sleep. Danilo Dragon says, not every orc needs to have the same shade of green as skin tone. It's a very, very good point, and I don't know why I got so obsessed with it. Hey ho. Yeah, a bit of variety is not a problem. Dear oh dear. Miniha Sybil says, alright, LSPs, I should probably actually do some work today. Great to chat with you all. Happy whatevers. Happy whatevers to you too. Happy winter and etc. Have a good one. Thanks for being in chat. It's been lovely. I will remember none of this tomorrow. But for now, you have a special place in my you have a special plate in my heart. Fuck it. Yeah, that'll do. God. Okay. All right. Just play it cool. Just play it cool, Johnny. You're okay. It's a much richer green undertone. But to be honest with you, I don't hate that, because I'm going to start adding in Ogren camo and then sort of Krieg khaki to build up to a highlight. And actually, this might have all along been a better starting point for that sort of mix. I'm excited to see how it comes out, actually. It's actually serendipitous, so that's good news. I just need to calm down a little bit and keep painting. There we go, look. Paint his little fingers now. How about that? There we go, see? Cameron says, hello, just come back. What is the main green, please? Oh, Cameron, you know not what you ask. I couldn't find my pot of orc flesh. I thought I'd found it then. I looked for it for longer than anyone expected, really. And then I gave up. So what this is Strachan green with, I think, a tiny bit of moot green in it. There we go. That's what we're painting with. I really did lose it for a couple of minutes, Cameron. You missed an absolute blinder. I left the room. Oh, Cameron says not a bad dupe for Auric flesh. All right, fucking brilliant. Oh, Cameron, you're an absolute saviour. Oh, you have no idea how much I needed someone to come in and go, oh yeah, that's what that looks like, actually. You're a lifesaver. You're an absolute lifesaver. Paint a leg. Oh yeah, it's all. They're really just slapping down the base color on the skin is making these feel so much more finished than these. They just look a bit weird and patchy. Funnily enough, the skin is really tying the orc together. I'm going to feel a million miles better about these models once I've done this base coat. Once I've done this base coat, I think what I'll do is block in the black detailing on the armour. Probably. Paul Hamilton says, hi Johnny, hi everyone. Long time since I've caught a stream live. Welcome. It's lovely to see you. I hope you are doing very well. We are painting some orcs who are dressed like humans. Thunder Cookie says, I love the idea of the orcs trying to pass themselves off as human. It's the whole deal. Is that they're orcs pretending to be noblemen. Every season, each team picks like a team song, which we play at the start of the match as you sort of explain what your team... Because there are lots of different pieces in Blood Bowl, so you'll be like, all right, let me talk you through my team. These are linemen, here's what they do, etc., etc. And just for fun, we play our team song while we're doing that introduction. For this lot, I've chosen In the Hall of the Mountain King, because it just reminds me, it just makes me think of orcs at a dinner party trying to be civilized, and by the end they're throwing punches. It just seems funny. Cam says, why is it expensive to heat an advent calendar? Because people keep opening the windows. Good joke. Genuinely good fun. I should have mixed up more of this, shouldn't I? Running through it. Ooh. Oh, goodness. One sec, my phone's just gone off. I'm just going to make sure that's not from the parcel guy. Doesn't seem to be. Just going to double check. Oh. No, we're still not. Yeah, we're still not coming. Alright. 3 stops away, I'm told. Okay, let's mix up some more of this. Because I did not mix up enough by a long chalk. God, you know what? It is practically just base Strachan green, isn't it? Oh. Cool, good. Plenty more. Bit more airbrush thinner in there to thin it down to a decent consistency. And we're back in the game. So, for those of you who celebrate Christmas, what's the weirdest thing you do on Christmas that you nonetheless consider to be a tradition? Or what's the least traditional thing you do on Christmas that you personally consider to be a tradition? Oh, Nick Jeffrey says, "How are you? I'm needing a virtual hug. My aunt in Norwich is finally at a hospital but is bedbound and very weak. She's not in a good way." I'm sorry, Nick. That's really difficult. I'm sure that's occupying a lot of your thoughts. You know, it's a good sign that she's been discharged. They wouldn't do it, without reason, I guess. But yeah, that's got to be tricky. Lots of love to you. Naka says, "We go to the beach every Christmas Eve." That's a lovely one. Delightful. Lucy says, "Listen to On the Other Side," which is 100% a song about grief while opening presents. Always. That's nice. I'd never thought about having like a present opening song. The doorbell. Is my partner going to get it? Yes. Maybe. I could have got it in that time. Silly me. Okay, great. Cool. Naka says, "I got line." Steven says, "I never really fell into any tradition since moving out." It takes time, but like one of my favourite things about the festive period is that I have traditions now with my partner that are just things we do. Like like every Christmas for breakfast we have bagel with smoked salmon and cream cheese. Like There's no real reason. I just like doing it. So that's what we have. And we always watch a film while drinking port. It's all quite standard stuff, but it's not stuff that we did with our families. It's nice to sort of have your own things. We go out for a drink on Christmas Eve with a friend if anyone's around, but if not, then no bother. I think, to be honest, my main tradition is making Christmas as non, like, just as low pressure as possible. Just having it be hyper casual. Like, we'll have a decent breakfast. Christmas lunch will be ready when it's ready. Might be in the evening, depending on how late we woke up. Wesley Harkup says, Christmassy red snapper. Yeah. Holy shit. Alison Vassabar has done an absolutely enormous super chat. Thank you so much, Alison. That is wild. I don't really know what to say. I'll read out the super chat. That will be something to say. Alison says, hi, Johnny. I know I haven't been able to watch live much this year, but I wanted to say thank you for helping me get through a very up and down year. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, with a yellow heart emoji, white heart emoji, purple heart emoji, and a black heart emoji, which, of course, are the colours of the non-binary pride flag. Alison, that's so generous of you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you in chat, as always, when you've been able to make it. And, there's never any expectation for you to be here. Watching live or otherwise. You've got to do what you've got to do, ultimately. I'm sorry you've had an up and down year. I absolutely feel you on that one. 2023 has been, in many ways, a ceaseless nightmare. But we're nearly at the end now. And, I think, I was thinking about this the other day, because obviously this is the time of year where people start sharing lists of accomplishments or things they're proud of, or like their favourite moments from across the year, and it can make it feel worse if really all you feel like you did this year was get through it. But honestly, getting through it, especially if getting through it hasn't been easy, that's an achievement in and of itself. And I sat myself down the other day and I wrote down I went through my camera roll on my phone to have a look at all of the things that basically all the times I had a nice time, just to remind myself that it's not all been dreadful. And I wrote down the things I'm sort of glad for, as well as the things I feel like I can be proud of. But honestly, I mean, that was a good exercise for me to recognise that it wasn't all totally bleak. But nonetheless, I really do feel like the biggest thing I did this year was survived, And that is more than enough. It really, really is, especially in times like these. So, yeah, lots and lots of love to you, Alison. Here's hoping that next year is better for everybody. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday as well. I'm really glad you're part of this community, genuinely. So, yeah, lots of love to you. And indeed, to anyone who's had a shitter this year. Christine Govas Robert, I never know which one to say. I'm so sorry. This is your 20th ever super chat, Christine. Says, hi everyone, just dropping in to brag about the fact that I took my landlord to court this morning and they settled. Here's some of what was formerly my landlord's money to celebrate. All landlords are bastards. Fuck yeah, Christine, that's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, stick it to them. They're fucking parasites. Amazing stuff. Absolutely sensational. You brag away. There's an achievement for 2023. Made a landlord fucking miserable. Great stuff. Kimberly Allen says, does anyone have tips for keeping work organised? I'm trying to get my shit together since I have to move offices in the new year, and I want to use the new space to reorganise and refresh. I don't... obviously, I don't really know what you do. So this, obviously, this advice may be useful or completely not useful if the tools you use are all the same. But my friend Monk, who's been on the channel before and is lovely, talks a lot about first order retrieval. He taught me it in like a hobbying sense at first. Orthogonalist says, "You love to hear it, unless you're a landlord, in which case you're incapable of love." He taught me it in terms of hobby, but he also talks about it in terms of organising his workspace as a professional maker of things. First order retrieval just being like the things that you need and use most, give them a place and give that place easy to reach. All the things you need most, give them their own space with a bit of space around it so they're not getting swamped and you're not lifting shit up to be like, where's me thing? Occasional things, like, they can go at a sort of a further remove. And I think that, that could be, either any tools or equipment you may need to use, or even like in your file organizing system, like have, really important shit to hand, whether that's on a desktop or physically in the space, and other stuff, find it at home. And I think genuinely be ruthless about things, things cluttering the space when you do not need them. I've to be honest with you, I'm really bad at keeping my office here tidy. It's a mess. And you know what? Some weeks ago, I was like, I do not have the capacity to deal with this until the end of the year when I've had a break and I can tackle it. But when I was working in an office and I had my own desk, I was ruthless about keeping it sorted and tidy and just making sure that, like, I didn't have any superfluous shit. And it really, really helped. So that's just some warbling from me, to be honest. But hopefully that comes in handy. Letheniel has done a super chat. This is your first ever super chat. Saying, howdy, just want to say thank you for the cozy hobby streams. It's my birthday tomorrow, and I'll be pyrographing along in VOD Squad to get through it. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Although if you say in order to get through it, perhaps you're not that keen on actually marking your birthday, in which case, same, I don't celebrate it anymore. But yeah, lots of love to you. I hope you enjoy the pyrographing. Or pyrographing. I hope I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, VOD Squad is there for you. A past iteration of me will be there to give you a little lift. And I hope the day passes very, very nicely for you. Thank you very much for the generous super chat. Your first ever. I really appreciate it. I'm really glad that I still hobby stream. I had a bit of a wobble earlier this year where I couldn't really face doing them. And so I didn't do them for a while, but they are really lovely. And you know what? They mean that I paint more than I think I otherwise would. And that's nice. Even if over the course of this stream, I've slowly lost my ability to function like a normal person. I'm slightly scared that if I stop painting, I'm just going to go to dial tone and I'll wake up in a week still at this desk, just sort of covered in a thin layer of dust with a very pissed off dog. Nathaniel says, thank you, I'll try not to burn any fingers. Yeah, okay, so it is pyro. Oh, is it where you're like burning into wood? Burning like designs in? I tried that once. It's hard. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. But because for a second I was like, is it spirograph? You know, when you just got those, you got the sort of cogs and a pencil and the big plate wheel, and then you just end up doing the swirly, trippy patterns. That was good stuff. I enjoyed that as a kid. That was good stuff. Right, let's crack on a little bit longer, shall we? I reckon I can probably do you until past, but I think after that I'm going to be absolutely incapable of speech. So, um, mm, 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 mm. Bleh. Yeah, well, you use a heated metal head as a pen to burn into wood, leather, and similar materials. I like to sketch out a pattern to then burn into a coaster, says Letheniel. Cool! Yeah, I tried it, and it was hard. So, hats off to you. It's something I'd like to have another go on, actually, because I just tried it on a small disc of wood when my partner was making Christmas decorations one year, and I can't say I did a good job. And then I did that classic thing where it's like, oh no, I'm not good at the thing immediately, and then I ran away. I'll give it another go someday. Orthogonalist has done a super chat saying 2023, actually okay for me, therefore have this cash. Thank you for the haiku and for the funds. I'm very glad you had a decent 2023. Yeah, I realise I've sort of been doomsaying this whole time, being like, 2023, what a crock of shit. Whereas for some people, obviously, it's not been dreadful. So firstly, I'm very glad, because having a sense of solidarity about something should not mean that you wish others were joining in on the misery. And also, thank you very much for the generosity. It is very much appreciated. Appreciated. We'll call it the having a good year tax. Oh, God. I'll sleep tonight. I will sleep tonight. I should double check something on my phone. Cool. It was the package I was thinking about. That's nice for me. Okay. Orthogonalist says, I'm not saying my 2023 has been brilliant, but by being merely okay, it's still been a lot better than many previous years. Yeah, amen to that. It's a funny one, isn't it? Like, I thought 2022 was bad, and I was like, here comes 2023, this is going to be my year, and then, oof, dear. But hey. We crack on, it's what we do. And it's going to be nice to down tools and make Christmas food for some friends. That's what I'm looking forward to. Wow, Thomas M says, I recently rewatched all of Oxventure D&D and Blades in the Dark. Currently working through Deadlands again, and I love all of it. That is quite a mission these days. There is a lot of Oxventure out there. Not even counting Blades in the Dark and Deadlands, which obviously I hope people do because I think they're phenomenal. Luke and Andy are fantastic at running games, especially when you consider that Andy had never run anything, not even a session 0, before we started filming Deadlands. So the opening minutes of that episode, the first minutes that Andy was stop saying Luke, Andy was ever running anything. It's absolutely wild. Like, I think he did a brilliant job anyway, but with that additional context, it's breathtaking. It's fucking great. It genuinely humbling. Oh, Table 9 Studio says, don't forget the one-shots. Oh, yeah, You Awaken in a Strange Place. That was fun. It's my all-time favourite recording from the group. You Awaken in a Strange Place was absolutely wild. I barely remember any of it, apart from there was something to do with clothing, and Luke exploding everyone with his mind. Which is quite a lot to take in, really, so it's no wonder things got... Oh, was it like it was in a world where everyone is just slightly too warm all the time? I can't remember. Stephen says, Johnny, how do you feel about having brought 5 people into the hobby via Oxventure to the point that it's only Jane who hasn't run a game on camera yet? Oh, I think it's lovely. It was a lovely thing to be invited to just run a one-off D&D session for them. And it continues to blow my noodle that it's gone as far as it has. But it's also just been nice to have more people I can talk about role-playing games with. Because it used to be like, I'd be like, oh, there's this game, and people would be like, that sounds nice. And now, we talk about systems, we talk about industry stuff, it's great. Table 9 Studio says, you got it, slightly too warm. Makeup gives you powers, that was it. And then Liv was randomly upgraded to the Queen in the midst of a civil war. That's right. What a nice time. I might watch that one back, actually. I really love 3 Black Halflings, folks. They're just tremendous. Like, really lovely, genuine people. And, like, really generous presences as well. Like, they're fantastic to play with, like, all 3 of them. Because they really... Not only do they play well with others, but, like, they really offer up moments for you to let your character shine through. You know, obviously Jasper William Cartwright has spin on Dimension 20, which is no small potatoes. I think it's fantastic and richly deserved. Like, he absolutely deserved to be out there. But I just think, I think all 3 of them are absolutely phenomenal. I think they're tremendous and they deserve to have an absolutely whacking great audience. So there, lovely folks, being lovely to other folks. What more could you want? Exactly. This orc, you may have noticed, has a handlebar moustache. There you go. Matthew Idison? I think it's Idison. I'm so sorry. I've definitely said it wrong now because I've said it 2 different ways. I may have said it, I may have said it wrong 100% of the time. Not sure. But Matthew has done a super chat which reads, hey Johnny, I had pneumonia this year and nearly died. So I binge watched your videos while recovering. Thanks for everything you do. You do make a difference. Well, firstly, I am extremely glad that you are still here. I can't imagine how frightening that must have been as an experience. And I hope the recovery was smooth and without issue. God, that's a terrifying thing to face down, frankly. And I'm glad you got through it. And I'm really flattered that the stuff I make kept you entertained. It's a funny one. Like, I sometimes have conversations with other people who sort of do work like this. And you really do have to remind yourselves sometimes that, like, it's not like, it's a weird job and it's very silly. Like, on the face of it, like, I'm sitting here painting a little man. I'm painting a little man green. And that feels, especially, you know, when things are going really horribly wrong in the world, it feels like such a self-indulgent thing. And it feels like such a frippery, and it feels irresponsible to be doing it. So it's really lovely when we get to hear that it's actually been of use to people. It will never not be humbling. So I really appreciate it. And like I say, again, really glad you got through having pneumonia. That sounds harrowing, frankly. So yeah, lots of love to you. And I hope you have a lovely, restful, festive season coming up. And I hope you get all that your heart desires. Even if what your heart desires most in this world is, for example, all of the pigs and blankets so no one else gets any. That sort of thing. I think, barring like a distant relative coming and saying something unacceptable at the dinner table, pigs and blankets might be the most politicised part of Christmas. Because they, and roast potatoes actually, are the most jealously guarded things. And everyone is keeping an eye on how many each person has had. Of course, the answer to this is to make far too many. But, you know, it just feels like everyone, even if there is a super abundance of pigs and blankets, everyone keeps a tally on who's had more than anybody else. Tegan Evans says, Americans have wrong pigs in blankets. What does that mean? Because it sounds like cannibalism. There we go. Stop the clock. What's wrong, pigs in blankets? Oh, I might do some devils on horseback this year. They're good. It's bacon wrapped around a date. And they're bloody delicious. Baddy Wrongleg says, isn't wrong pig cannibalism? Long pig. But, I'm not convinced. Dactari says, well, Johnny, most of my day was about Houthi drones and the issues in the Red Sea, so listening to you weirding out while painting tiny men is kind of a vacation. Not everything needs to be serious. Thank you, Dactari. Ah! American pigs in blankets are wrapped in bread, not bacon? What? America, the land of bacon enjoyers? That sounded derogatory. I didn't mean for it to be. I think it's fair to say that America as a nation enjoys bacon, right? But why? Why? Why would you have such an inferior blanket for your pig? That's just a bad hot dog. A croissant, usually. Well, okay. All right. I can get on board with that. Hot dogs wrapped in biscuits. I've always had them wrapped in pancakes. Well, you are an adventurous bunch. For me, it's bacon all the way. Yeah, I'm going to do Devils on Horseback this year as well. That'd be nice. Ah, damn it. Paddy Wrongleg says, oh, the Oxventures never hit on the hot dog name Bigs in blankets. Do you mean to say pigs? I don't know. Chris Worsley says, because even we thought meat wrapped in meat was overkill, lol. Nonsense! There is definitely a... What's that fucking thing? It's a relatively niche meat thing in the States. It's a bit like a Scotch egg, but it's wrapped in bacon, and I swear it's called like a crocodile or an alligator or something. It may be associated with Louisiana. It's a jalapeno popper, I think. Is it jalapeno popper wrapped in sausage meat and bacon? Armadillo egg. Thank you, Cheshire Imp. You interpreted my nonsense perfectly. Armadillo egg. Sure, I'll spell armadillo with a U. Bacon wrapped armadillo eggs. It's a jalapeno popper meatball mashup. It's a jalapeno popper wrapped in sausage meat, wrapped in bacon. Even we thought meat wrapped in meat was too much. J'accuse! Zega Genesis says, hey, you can't judge the US by Texas. Orthogonal says, Rocky Mountain oyster? That's just a bollock, isn't it, though? That's not wrapped in anything. It's just a testicle. Which is fine. Offal's good. I would eat a bull's testicle if somebody was like, here, I've cooked bull's testicles. I'd be like, sure, why not? It's the weird meat bros who are like, I have raw bull's testicles because I am strong alpha male. Those are the ones that confuse me. But, you know. She's a Keeper has done a super chat saying, what a perfect stream to enjoy my lunch. Sorry, we just started talking about bollocks. So nice seeing you all. Hope everyone's prepared. Munitions for the war on Christmas. Brackets, eggnog grenades and the like. I haven't actually got stuff in yet, but I'm planning on getting some port, some stout, because port Guinness. If you never put a bit of port in a Guinness, it's pretty great. I need to filter the slow gin, so that's ready. Yeah, I'm preparing. I'm preparing. I'm not sure whether to do the food shop on the 22nd or the 24th. I feel like leaving it to the 24th is cutting it fine, but also I need to clean the fridge and throw out some stuff. Hmm. 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 Right. Anyway, just descended into sporadic grunting for a sec there. I think I ought to wrap this stream up because, let's face it, I'm quite tired, but also I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to start making dinner probably. It's been really lovely talking to everyone. It's been a lovely, lovely stream, and it's honestly at this stage of the year, always I'm just very, very tired and looking forward to the break, as I assume everyone is. And I'm like, oh god, I've got to stream. Have I got the energy in me? And then I have a lovely time, and actually, streaming gives me more energy to press on with the work I have to do before I finish for the year. So, thank you all very much for giving me that little morale boost. I will see you on Thursday. It's going to be sort of a Christmas party stream. I haven't quite worked out what we're going to be playing yet, but we'll probably dip in and out of some classics. So we'll do some Dave the Diver. I might treat myself to some Peglin. I know I only played that for the first time recently, but it is delightful. You know, we'll work it out. Maybe we'll do some bingo. We'll sort out some bingo cards or something like that. I'll probably open a beer. Thank you all very much for being here on this stream. Usual stuff. I have a Patreon. There's a link in the description of this video. I know times are tough, so do not worry if you are unable or just unwilling to support me through that. If you are, it really does make a difference, but honestly, there is no pressure to go check it out. One thing you can do for free, if you haven't already, is hit that subscribe button and perhaps leave a little like on this stream on the way out. And maybe recommend this channel to a friend. Why not? It'd be nice to grow the audience a bit in the new year. And what better time to start than not then, but now. Nailed it. All right, cool. So I'll hopefully catch you all on Thursday. If not, well, there's still going to be episodes of Preston Chiodini going up over the festive period, so I will see you anyway. But yeah, lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a delight. See you soon. And goodbye, everybody.